Great White Hot Sauce. It's a small batch, handmade hot sauce made especially for you. You can find it at www.trygreatwhite.com. It's also sponsored by South Florida Allied Health, located in Boca Raton, Florida, specializing in men's health, women's health, medical weight loss, IV therapy infusion, testosterone therapy, and hormone replacement therapy. Florida residents only.
Well, here we are, episode 104. And on this episode, since we didn't cover it last week, we'll cover it this week. Summer songs, Memorial Day, start of summer. We're going to do Yacht Rock songs. Yeah. We each got our list of 20. Huh. I wonder if there'll be crossovers. What are the odds, right? A lot of Yacht Rock songs. And on this episode, we have Mark Smith and Lou Calicchio from the Relish Podcast. So the gang is back together. The Wrecking 2, +1. So sit back, relax, get on your yacht, turn the music up, and just chill. It's Yacht Rock, man. Yacht Rock.
The KOFB studio presents Milk Crates and Turntables, a music discussion podcast hosted by Scott McLean. Now, let's talk music. Enjoy the show.
Thank you, Amanda, for that wonderful introduction as usual. Welcome to the podcast. You know the name, not going to say it. Streaming live right now over YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, D-Live. You know. Yeah, happy summer. Happy summer. I did a solo show last week. It was Thursday night, last minute thing. We were going to kind of just skip it, but I said, you know what? The show must go on. And I could do a solo show. So I did it. It wasn't a 2.5-hour marathon like those fucking lunatics do with me. It's crazy. Like, if you had told me like 6 months ago that I'd be doing 2.5-hour episodes, 3-hour episodes. And that's, I could do 2.5 with just one of those guys. It's crazy. But that's our love for music. Our love for music carries the show. And those guys are a wealth of knowledge. You know, Lou is building his small little legend within this cult following, as I say, my cult following crowd. Lou is establishing something. And Mark Smith, well, he drinks wine. We know that. No, Mark holds his own, but he holds his own. Anyways, speaking of the Wrecking 2, let's bring him on. Mark Smith and Lou Calicchio. What's up, gentlemen?
Yo. Good evening.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Lou has been, let's just say, not prompt.
Not bad today.
He came on at least. Okay, you're right.
I was there at 7:45. Everything worked. I turned everything on. The camera worked. The mic worked. Everything worked.
Funny thing is, my camera wasn't working. Me and Mark just listened to me like fucking struggle my way through this going, did you, and Mark gives the, what do you call it? The go-to answer when somebody's computer is messing up or there's one of the functions isn't working. What is the go-to answer, Lou?
Reboot.
That's what we always tell you, Lou.
The 10-minute reboot.
And so I did. And it still didn't work. Still didn't work.
Really?
Yeah. But I figured it out. It was a bad USB port.
Okay. That's why I don't feel so tardy right now.
That's
retarded.
right.
You can't say that.
I didn't say tardy.
He went back to school. Tardy.
You know what? You can't say it. This
Tardy
is not a
sauce.
politically correct fucking show.
No, it's not.
This is-
Does it have to be?
Did I tell you what somebody said the name of the show should be?
No.
So a couple of weeks back, let me see. I have to pull this text up because it's hilarious. A friend of mine, Phil Kelly, friend of the show. Let me see. We do a lot of text messages. So
Scrolling through.
Yeah, he had a friend of his listen to the show. And his friend liked it. He liked the show. And let me see. This is a little bit back, but it's well worth it. Oh, gee. There we go. Now I'm not going to be able to find it, of course, right? I think he said something like, oh, okay. He says, a good buddy of mine, a good buddy, Kevin, who loved the show, his first time watching, said, too bad it's not called a guy saying fuck with a Boston accent while talking from Florida, while a guy with the New Jersey, the guy from New Jersey gets progressively more buzzed.
Oh man.
Yeah, we know who that is. Lou was the only one spared in that one.
I came out unscathed. Ooh.
Oh,
dodge the bullet. Oh no. Don't
there
go.
he is. Oh, that's hilarious.
And I keep it to one glass. That's how much of a lightweight I am.
It's a glass the size of a goldfish bowl. Come on, man.
Well,
Sorry about that.
What the hell was that?
That was my mic thing. I had to tighten my mic stand. Sorry about that.
He drinks beer.
So, couple of things. The group that we had on, it's maybe like 3-4 months ago. Remember the kids
I was thinking about them.
named the Pointe? They're called the
Right.
Pointe from Winthrop, Mass. They sent me Brandon McDonald, who's I believe he's a singer in the band. He sent me that they did a demo in a recording studio on Newbury Street in Boston. So he sent me the demo, and I'm gonna play it.
Cool.
Now, it's about 4 minutes and 40 seconds long. So I decided instead of just playing like us just sitting there, where did I can't find the fucking, hold on. Oh, here it is. So I decided to just add a kind of a video thing to it.
Cool.
It's just a spinning
Cool.
record. So before we do that, how you been, Lou? Everything good?
Everything's good. Yeah. Last week, time being what it is, but yeah, it was fun.
All right.
Yeah.
I have a kind of a surprise for you, Lou.
Get out. Really?
Yeah.
It's not my birthday.
You know where Marshall, North Carolina is?
Yes, I do.
You do, right?
Oh yeah.
There's a very good chance I'll be up there
Get out.
at around the beginning of September.
No kidding.
Yeah, for a
Well,
weekend.
what do you say? What do you say, man?
Yeah.
We got to meet. We got to meet.
Oh, well, come on. You're kidding me? Rage Against the Cafe?
I know.
We might even record a song.
half our rage will be in the area, man. My son lives in Marshall half the week with him, so that's
Okay.
where his mom lives. So, any details of why you'd be in Marshall? Is when you get togethers with your
No.
Air Force buddies?
So off subject, lately, in the last 4 months now, I started, I worked with dogs for over 30 years, more than half of my life. And since I hung up the leash, I really haven't got involved with animals. I've did everything I could with dogs and more. And 4 months ago or so, I somehow through the VA, I got hooked up working with horses. Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of equine therapy type stuff, right?
Okay.
But I started going beyond that, and I really wanted to learn more and more and more. Now I'm volunteering to go to the farm and
Oh, cool.
just kind of
Very cool.
today I was doing it, and I was, a couple of horses, grooming them, and just kind of walking with them, and not riding them. Everyone thinks you automatically ride. I'm more interested in the behavior aspect of them and how they work with people, and they're prey animals, so they have a whole different mindset. They're not predators like dogs and cats, right?
Right. They were taken down by
Yeah. So it really intrigued me and got those juices flowing. So there's a course that I'm taking, and it's I'll tell you more off air. But one of them is one part of it at the end of one of the sessions is you do a practicum, and they have a 2-day like practicum, or you go up there and you work on their farm in Marshall, North Carolina.
Okay.
It's
beautiful. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah. It's so
beautiful country.
I looked it up. And I was like,
"It's only 2 streets in the whole town." I'm looking at it right now, and
it's really
there's the Ash Farm.
It's horse country.
It's 2570, and it's the main road that goes from Marshall. You follow down by the French Broad River all the way into Asheville. But
Nice.
do tell.
So I'll be up there, and since I'm retired, I don't have to go up there on like a Friday night and leave Sunday. So what I'm going to do is we'll set it up. And I'll probably get in on a Thursday.
All right.
On that Thursday, and we can at least meet for dinner and
absolutely
hang out, and and Friday I don't. What's that?
Start formulating the ideas for the material we'll be doing.
Oh yeah. without Mark and Perry. That's right. So we're gonna get all the credit. We're gonna get all the songwriting.
We're gonna rob them blind.
I'll just leave you guys alone for a while.
They're gonna.
Mark's getting sensitive.
Hey Scott, you better go down to Asheville. It's the most incredible time.
Oh, I absolutely will.
Yeah,
Actually, who mentioned it? I think it might have been. My wife might have said something about Asheville, or somebody I know mentioned Asheville, and they were like, "Oh yeah, that place is great." And I said, "Well, according to my friend Lou, it's getting a little crowded in there.
It is sure.
For the people that live there, it starts to change. For people who've never been there, evidently, it's still
of course
a hot little town.
Yeah, it's very very charming. I mean, even the architecture alone, that kind of thing. But yeah, definitely.
So
there are some good places to eat here in Asheville.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it took a while.
Yeah, it took a while. How's the Italian food there?
My friend Eric Sheffer is the owner and proprietor of Vinny's Neighborhood Italian.
Well, there you go.
I've been there. Yeah.
There
Fried
you go.
calamari. Oh yeah, whole bit.
Oh, he better get ready. He's got
how's
a tough
the chicken
customer
palm
coming.
though? How's the chicken palm? I am a chicken palm junkie.
I know you are. It's on the menu.
Okay.
I had like a sausage and peppers and pasta deal with.
I'll have one of those too.
Oh yeah, it's family style. It's a nice place. Not super fancy, but very very good quality. Very good quality food. But you don't go away hungry.
And I'm calling it right now, Mark. You're my witness, and everybody listening. I'm buying dinner. I don't that.
Oh shit! I got to come down. I want a free dinner. I just got a new car. I'm willing to drive
I have an
down.
appetite.
Road trip. I'm buying dinner, Lou.
I insist.
Yeah, there you go. So that was a little bit of a surprise. I found that out a couple days ago. I thought I'd save it for this.
This is fantastic. I look forward to meeting you.
Yeah, face to face. Yeah,
absolutely,
in person. Now I gotta warn you, I'm a hugger.
I'm
a hugger, buddy.
I'm Italian.
So all right, and I'm known to give good hugs. So I'll try not to break you.
You're a big guy.
I'll try not to break you.
Hey Lou.
Yes.
If you meet him for dinner, don't be late. Don't be tardy.
I will not be tardy.
Okay.
No.
How fucked up. It would be par for the course. I'd be like, he's Italian.
I gotta get my son.
All right, so let's move on. Let's play this song. Let me get this here. The name of the song is "Don't Worry, Baby." All right, now they recorded this, right? This generation doesn't know anything about that. Well, maybe he does. Maybe they do. They're good kids. They're solid. This is their. And remember, we had said go into a studio, right?
Yeah. Yes, that's right.
So it's let me see, produced by a guy named Mike Madura, who went to Berkeley in Boston. So has a little bit of a background, evidently, and it was recorded at Cyber Sound Studios on Newbury Street in Boston. Newbury Street's like the Rodeo Drive of Boston thing.
Yeah.
So it's not like going into the hood to record. What's that supposed to mean? See, Jack would be like, whoa, what's wrong with the hood? Blah, 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 blah.
You do get the best music out of doing that.
That's right. Well, these guys did pretty good. So let's put it. The song again is called "Don't Worry, Baby," and let's just pull it up, and we'll get a fresh reaction. I just listened to the intro, so I'm not. But it's a 4-minute and 40-second song.
Cool.
Long song. There we go.
But at least we
There you go.
All right.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah. Me too.
From the Pointe, a Winthrop, Mass group, Winthrop,
Good
Massachusetts. Younger kids, probably mid-20s.
Right.
We had them on the show about 5 months ago. And we had actually talked to them about going in the studio. When do they plan on going in? They recorded their own stuff, and that sounded good too.
Yes, yes, it did.
Their own stuff. So, Lou, what's your honest breakdown of it?
What a difference a drum set makes. Because they went to a studio proper.
So you remember that? Good on you, man. Good on you for remembering that. Well, you're a drummer, so. But that was 4 months ago. That was 4 or 5 months ago, and you remembered. That's good.
Yeah, well, the thing is with any kind of track like that, whether you're a drummer or not, like the drums have to be the first thing that has to be able to stay. I think if you can get, because that keeps the band going. What they did last time was good, but I forgot the drummer's name, but he's playing with his fingers on a program, and it's obviously not the same thing. So I can notice a big feel shift this time, much more organic. I like what he's playing. He's nice, good groove, nice and spare. He doesn't overdo it. Doing some nice little snare drum, kind of leading into the beat, which is a nice thing. But good song. The guitars sound good. It's very melodic. I'd call it a summer song. Yeah,
that I was thinking the same thing.
It's kind of, the chords are nice and breezy in a way. It's a little maybe kind of jazzy influence to it, but good, really good vocal, good melody. So yeah.
All right.
A good recording. It's like I said, I bet you they're pretty jazzed about it. I would think, because that's a true, honest representation of what you sound like.
Right.
Yeah. Good job, guys.
All right, Mark.
I loved it,
and you can dance to it. You can dance to it.
Yeah, it's got rhythm.
Yeah, it's got rhythm.
That's right. Love that chord progression. Love those guitar chords. His vocals, I really like his vocals.
He's good, right?
Yeah. It reminds me of somebody, I just can't place it, that I also like. The length for me is not a problem. If I was driving, I would love that. If that were to be a single, you could probably make it 3 minutes or something,
Right.
It's an album cut the way it is, and that's good. I mean, and the production is excellent. Excellent. It's got a little immediate feeling to it, even though it's a slower song. The engineer is good on that studio. But yeah, the first thing that actually stood out to me is I love the way the guy sings. He's got a very unique style.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Really good stuff. Good job, guys.
Yeah.
All right.
And let me know when it's streaming or up on wherever.
Yeah, absolutely. That was, I'm going to talk to him more about that. What's the progression on this? What is the, where does it go from here? Are they going to wait for more? Are they going to produce, more in the studio, or are they going to, do what a lot of bands do now, is singles.
Right.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, was that intention to have that be a single? Was there any more recordings that you know of? Or that's
not that I know of. I think this is probably their first shot in the studio. This is the first thing that came out of it. I don't know if they're in there doing more songs.
I hope they do.
Yeah, I think they should. So how I see it, and I don't have the technical background that you guys have, but I have the ear that I know works for me. So the length, like we said, it could cut down to 3 minutes if it was going to be a pop song, and that's kind of a pop song, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
But live, see that's kind of a nice little jam. They could take that somewhere live.
You could stretch it out live, yeah.
Stretch it out live because it's smooth, it's melodic, right? And it has a nice flow to it.
It's a love song.
Yeah, they kind of remind me. They have that kind of 311 sound.
Mm-hmm.
That's
311. Yeah, like Sugar Ray kind of sound.
Yeah,
which hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Because those bands were pretty successful, man.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like that they chose, you go into these things and you're young guys, and I think the natural course you want to take is like be like that kind of cool rock band type thing, and kick ass songs, and energetic, and as I always say, a little testosterone shot into it.
Right.
These dudes just say, you know what? We're just gonna be fucking smooth.
Yeah.
And we're gonna own it, and we're just gonna do it. And this is what we like to do, And this is just the gut feeling that I get from this. And they're like, this is our thing. We like this, you know?
Yeah.
So they own it and they work it and they put it out there.
They're patient. They're building an audience, and that's the best way. Get a loyal audience, a crowd that comes sees them. If they keep on this road, what they're doing, they're going to be a big draw in Boston. They're going to be.
They should, they should. And again, they have. I think they have plenty of time. I don't think that they're in any big hurry. From what I understand, they're not struggling artists.
Right.
They have good jobs, from what I understand. So that kind of affords them a little bit of breathing room, right?
Yeah.
Now, were they hungry musicians? Yeah.
I was going to say, on the same time, a lot of musicians, they didn't give themselves something to fall back on because they knew they would fall back on it. So it was like a do or die.
Yeah.
A lot of the younger bands I've been hearing too, some can have an edge, but I think in contrast to us, they listen to a lot of more smoother music. We were raised on some pretty hard rock and roll, almost exclusively at times.
Yeah.
With some early, some of that 70s singer-songwriter stuff. But I noticed a lot of younger people I've met in Nashville, like I said, one guy, he wasn't even 30. I said, what kind of music you play? He goes, well, kind of like loungy jazz. I'm like, okay, nothing wrong. I said, okay, fine. I wouldn't have said the same thing at that age.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's kind of where I'm going with this.
Maybe they're a little more sophisticated than we were at that age.
My son is 25, and he listens to French pop music. It almost has like a samba sound to it.
But they have the internet. These kids, and that's not a derogatory, guys. In the point, you guys are young men.
No, there isn't any.
We're also to us. You're young guys.
Yeah, I'm 59 years old, so we're all in that. We're in that realm of how we grew up. Now I can tell you right now, Brandon's dad, who I love, right, who I've known, known him pretty much most of my life. He'll tell you that back in those days, you don't really take that course. If you're a young band, you want to play parties, you want to play, just kind of tear it up. And those are the bands we were going to see, the local bands. But you know what? I think it's also. And I just touched on it. It's a local thing. Like, like the grunge movement was a local sound, right? Yeah. So I don't know what the sound is around Boston right now. I'm out of touch with that because I live in South Florida. Right. But maybe that's the thing. And if it's not, good for them for going against the grain, finding their own way. Yeah. With their own sound. Yeah. And it's a good sound. Mm-hmm. I said it before and I'll say it again. Yeah. It's a good sound. I like their music. I like the direction they go in.
I almost heard a little touch like Crowded House in there.
Yeah, that's right. It has that. Yeah. So
they've had the internet to absorb music. Your nephew Takenda says he listens to some kind of French pop music. We'd have to.
Takenda listens to Brazilian music. He listens to samba.
I love Brazilian jazz. Bossa Nova. I love it.
I love Latin jazz. Latin jazz.
So my son, but I think that in a way, like when we grew up, right, there was more of a regional sound because we didn't have the internet.
Yeah.
And I still think that each city, each region does have their unique sound, but I think that these young guys are a little more. They're listening kind of like, I don't want to say they're listening to the same thing, but like Lou, you brought up, we say mellow because they're going out and they're finding this music.
It's almost international. It's if you found out the Pointe were from Spain, you may be like, okay, now you'd be like, okay, where so
it's Winthrop, Massachusetts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they've absorbed all that.
You know what does that? Pandora. My son's a Pandora listener, and so he discovered French pop music.
Rabbit holes.
You go down that hole, and he loved
I did that. That's how I found a lot of the music I listen to now, which is chill, chill electronic, and it's just rabbit holes. I was doing that at work. These kids today, they got the intranet.
That's right.
That intranet is amazing.
We had 5 channels.
Yeah, and they got the intranet. It's like 100 channels.
They can get Pacifically what they want.
They get it. They get Pacifically. They get Atlantically. They get it all. These kids, and but you know what?
The ones that use it, like we're talking about, the Pointe, my son, it's a good thing. They're finding good music. Yeah. Like, I never would have discovered Brazilian music going to my local library, getting albums out, Yeah. So,
So good. I like it. I'm glad they sent it. They sent it to me. My brother
Let
my
me
brother
know if they
Colin.
post anything, because I'll share it on Facebook, and
Absolutely.
spread the word for them.
Absolutely. I'm going to keep in touch with him. We were texting. As a matter of fact, I told him we were playing it live, and his reply was, "Love it. Hope it was well received." And yes,
Yes, it
Brandon,
was.
it was well received, at least by the three of us. Now, I got to say,
Thumbs up.
yeah, I'd say that if we didn't like it, we're not stroking anybody here on this, on this show.
Yep.
If we didn't like it, and now it might be a little more difficult for me because I kind of have a connection with the kid, right? Right. But for you guys, I know you would say, and you did, Lou. You did the first time. You said, well, they could work the drum machine, and you could tell this, and you could tell that, and if they were in a studio, and Mark, you said the same thing.
Yeah.
And there you go. There you have it. They went in the studio, and you get, like you said, Lou, the true representation of what they sound like.
Yep.
You know,
the whole feel is different. So
yeah. My thing when I don't like it, I'll go, it was interesting. I'm going to give it a second listen. I like that right off the bat. First
there
listen.
you go.
Yeah.
There you go. It's a good job, gentlemen. The Pointe from
job.
Winthrop, Mass.
Cheers.
I'm going to try to find out when their next show is, and I'll push that on my Facebook page and see if people will go out and get it. And, speaking of summer songs, well, that's our topic tonight. Yacht Rock. Dun, 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 dun. Right? Yacht Rock. Yacht Rock actually has a definition.
It does. It does.
It has its own, it's worked itself into having its own definition.
Mm-hmm.
Mark, do you have your computer with you?
Yeah.
Now, see, Mark has a new setup. Now, Lou, I have to say now, I know on Music Relish, because believe it or not, Perry, I do watch you guys on YouTube when I'm cooking in the afternoon for my wife, Dr.
Making chili.
Or whatever. Lou, you had the funky disco lights going on behind you in the last episode, right? When I don't get that.
I can certainly bring it out.
No, that's all right. Let's save it for your primary. Primary.
Now Lou wants that plan.
Look,
Look, I dressed up for the show. This is dressing up.
Mark, okay, so me and Mark were talking. He's got a new background. He relocated, or as we said in the military and security police, relocated, retransmitted, right?
Just turned 80 degrees.
And so tell us what you got back there, Mark.
Let's see.
Yeah.
That's Rainbow, Long Live Rock and Roll, one of my favorite Richie Blackmore albums.
Right.
U2, Go Home on DVD. That's my favorite U2 live DVD.
Right.
Lou, I can't remember the name of this duo, but we reviewed their album on Music Relish. It's the two guys that did the country album in 1968. For
Dylan Clark.
There you go.
Okay.
So you get some stuff back there, right?
A signed Ron Carter DVD, Ron Carter bassist extraordinaire, and some Zebra memorabilia from the early 1990s.
There you go. You know what you're forgetting?
WMMR.
No,
WMR.
no.
My
the fucking plastic vines, the plastic
plant
vines.
Man.
With the lights?
That would be the only thing is better is if they had lights on them.
$6 on Amazon, baby.
That's
$6.
That's great. That's the phrase. I go, look, he's got them fucking plastic vines and the leaves, the leaf pops off, you gotta stick it back on.
Yeah, this is my rear speaker for my home theater. They got vines over them.
I love it.
I can take my background away and have Robbie State Prison.
You might as well be in a fucking boxer. You are like in a brown. You're UPS. You're Big Brown tonight.
I'm in a corrugated box.
Big Brown's got a brown chair, brown background, and you guys, we're talking about summer now, right? We're talking about Memorial Day and Yacht Rock, and you heathens from New York and New Jersey are wearing black. Right? I know. Any normal human being, non-animal, knows that you wear white for Memorial Day, right? Representation of summer. And you guys are wearing black and brown. You know how Memorial Day I am? I got white flops too.
Oh
white
my
slides.
God.
I got some Hey Dudes white.
Yeah, you do.
White slide. Look at that, baby. See?
You're totally in the season, man.
I'm styling and profiling.
Scott, I almost wore a white t-shirt.
Woo!
I almost wore a white t-shirt.
But you didn't.
I didn't.
I almost. I almost hit the lottery last week too.
I'm going to tell you this. This is what I wore to work today. Yes, I'm. But I came home and I wanted to get on. When I said to you, I'll
There
be
you
on
go.
in a few minutes, I just got home. I was on time.
There you go. There
Oh,
you
I'm in
go.
trouble
I
now.
was on time.
Let's see. What the hell did somebody pop in on? I gotta block this person. They put some message in there.
Spam.
Add to block.
It's
There
one
you
of those
go.
bots.
Yeah. Where is he? Where's Perry? Where's the AI?
You know, the AI had a birthday yesterday.
See? So I think happy birthday to Perry Dedovich
Happy birthday, buddy.
When was it?
Yesterday.
yesterday.
Do we want to sing or?
Mark, how did I know his birthday? and you
Happy
didn't?
birthday to you.
Oh, no.
Happy
Oh.
birthday
Oh.
to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there, Perry.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there.
He's got it. Nah, you know what? Lou penalty box. Nah.
How can I get in the penalty box?
He did Michael McDonald singing happy birthday.
I
Did
want
he-
him to do Stairway to Heaven. I want it all 8 minutes.
Damn.
He's out.
No, I wasn't
Yeah.
right. That was wrong.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Perry.
birthday, Perry Dedovich.
He's a determined man.
I'm
Lou
a
is
horrible
determined man.
I missed Perry's birthday. I'm horrible.
Look at that. And I knew it and you didn't. How does that work?
I'm gonna text him
Oh,
right
he
now.
did.
Perry,
bad.
see Perry, I pay attention. Perry, I pay attention.
It looks like Music Relish is just a duo again, I think.
Well, I am the new guy, Lou.
Yes, you are. You are.
Yeah.
Yes,
You guys did
Mark, you are
20
the new guy.
Scott, they were on for 20 years before I joined.
20 years of
They were
broadcast
podcasting before it was even podcasting. They were.
Right.
They had soup
Right.
cans.
Party
And
line.
Dave Phillips, King of the 45, says he's wearing a Hootie and the Blowfish 25th anniversary tour T-shirt. Jesus, wow. That's a guy who also likes Matchbox 20. So yeah, that's. I mean, what can you say about Dave Phillips, King of the 45s?
got.
But you know what? He's a classic rock nut junkie. So I give him. He has a little bit of diversity. Not my kind of diversity, but
We all have bands we like that we kind of don't tell. Like that. Did you ever do that on your show? Bands that you wouldn't tell your friends?
I
you
think
like?
well, not bands, but I you know what? Okay, that
songs.
reminds me of something. What I'm gonna start doing this. All right. So I'm at 104 episodes now, right? So you go back to the early episodes and they're raw and they're nice to keep around and like, but I don't want somebody listening to this podcast for the first time and hearing episode 5, right? So what I'm gonna start doing,
I hear you.
what I'm gonna start doing is this.
At least you have
And
video.
I think you guys, we kind of talked about this, and with Music Relish, you guys kind of, we were just shooting the shit after a show, and I'm gonna start redoing old shows,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
re-recording them
Why not?
with better sound quality, and just kind of put the old ones to bed, right? Because I'm not going in. We're not going anywhere. I don't think for a long time to come, and I want to start just redoing them and kind of put those, because somebody comes in and they're like, it's like me talking to Jack, and I had a different mic, and he was on his Zoom fucking call, and
Right.
although the content, like you guys had, the content is really good.
That's the
I'm
reason
happy
for
with
it.
the content, but this is a podcast, right? It's supposed to sound good.
Yeah.
And you guys know I'm a fucking sound junkie.
Your quality was a lot better than ours on the beginning.
Yeah, I will give you that.
Yeah,
We weren't doing it
look.
through phone calls, but so
I didn't have internet for a
Holy
month
shit.
of doing it.
that's a
no
lot of
internet.
talking on a phone. Wow. Wow.
Like you said, the content, like I said, you had some great ideas in there.
Yeah.
Like, and week
The
after week,
delivery just has to
Yeah.
kind of be
So
on
when
the
you
table.
redo it, as we've done, it's been a year, 2 years. You have a different outlook on whatever you're talking about. You're going to come up with new things.
Well, now I
Because
have you two, the Wrecking
Yeah.
two, to kind of add more, information,
Mhm.
more. Did he just give me the British fuck you sign?
With two, the
Did you
Wrecking
see
Two,
that?
or the Wrecking
No,
Two.
I saw how he did. He gave
No,
the shake.
I was remembering Dio. Okay,
Look, he gave us the shake, Lou. He
Does
did
that-
the
does that
whole.
mean something?
Yeah, this means fuck you in Britain.
yeah.
Really?
I see.
They do that.
I
Like we
get
give
it.
one finger, they give
One-
two.
Ooh, one's on the
So much
bum.
more
Index
dramatic.
and middle. Index and middle. Yeah.
Hey, you want two fingers, man. Come on.
Yeah. And Mark just instead of doing the peace sign or the normal, he threw up those two fingers.
Can you hear it? You want me to turn?
Hooligan.
Big fuck you, as Kid Rock said. The next generation, a big fuck you.
No, but definitely pull those topics out. It's great. It's not.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, it's not. I'm totally comfortable with it.
Yeah.
And so we'll start doing that. I'll look at different episodes, different things, and then, you guys, of course, will know. And so let's get into, we each have a list of 20. We did 10, and it really didn't, it was kind of fast, right? So we'll start off.
I had to go to bed early that day.
It's only 8:30 now, too.
Yeah, it's only 8:30. So we're going to run through our lists. And while we're doing that, while you're doing that, I'm going to give Lou, you'll start first. I actually forgot to set up this day in music. I knew I was forgetting something. I can do it right here while we're doing the show.
Is this top 20 Yacht Rock songs or summer?
This is 20 Yacht Rock / summer songs. This really, there might be some differences on
separate lists. I did songs that had summer in the title too.
Well, Lou comes well prepared.
That's why I was late.
Okay. Getting that list updated right to the last second.
Last minute, cramming for the exam.
Yeah. So, all right, Lou, start off with, you work your way down. I don't even know if there's number ones on this thing.
Yeah. I'll start off the list. Yeah, this is Yacht Rock. Brandy by Looking Glass.
Well, right?
Classic. Dancing in the Moonlight by King Harvest.
Right.
Moonlight Field.
Okay.
I think everyone should have that on their list. Moonlight.
So that let me interrupt you. So that's interesting. Let's see how many crossovers we have.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Mark White. Okay. I have Moonlight Feels Right by Starbuck. That's almost tied with me for Brandy stylistically for number one Yacht Rock song because that just calls out. Caribbean Queen by Billy Ocean. Sailing, Christopher Cross. Come Onto My Boat by Every Mother's Son. Ricky Don't Lose That Number by Steely Dan. Love Will Find a Way, Pablo Cruz. Also, was it Rio? Was that the name of the song, Rio, or was it Rio de Janeiro? By Pablo Cruz.
Oh, I don't know.
I went to Rio de Janeiro.
Oh, yeah. When I go to Rio.
Yeah. Then Ride Captain Ride by Blues Image. Sail on Sailor, the Beach Boys. Lido Shuffle, Boz Scaggs. Diamond Girl and Summer Breeze by Seals and Crofts. Rio by Duran Duran. Peg and Hey 19 by Steely Dan. Escape the Pina Colada Song by Rupert Holmes.
Stop right there.
What?
I heard Michael McDonald did vocals on it.
Rumor has it.
Rumor has it.
Are you going to put me in a penalty?
That song is fucking horrible.
I like it.
It's total Yacht Rock, man.
It's fucking horrible.
You like Pina Colada.
Go on. I'm sorry.
I mean, you're right, Oh, no. Okay, This Is It by Kenny Loggins and What a Fool Believes by the Doobie Brothers.
Okay.
There was just 20 songs I just tried to think of that I thought fit the genre. I mean, now we were talking about the definition of what Yacht Rock is.
Right.
And did everyone look at it? I have it right here. It was West Coast sound or adult-oriented rock. Soft rock. It's just, basically what Southern California became. It was originally a derogatory term because it referred to, the rich guy with his yacht and not giving a shit about anyone, whatever. But then it basically, all that kind of music fit in. And not all that music is bad. There's a lot of great music in the Steely Dan. I love Steely Dan, but they're considered a yacht rock band. Yeah. So soft rock, pop rock, blue-eyed soul. I got another one.
Yeah.
How Long by Ace.
Damn it.
So I got that one, right? You threw that, but I'm not saying it's not a crossover because you threw it in after 20. Okay. So 21 doesn't count.
It doesn't count.
No. I have Christopher Cross Sailing, right? Now I'm not going to give my list, Mark. You'll give your list next, but
okay. I
don't have any other.
Wow. Very cool.
On this. You threw an ace at the end, but I have that, but we won't count it.
Sorry.
So with my list, what about you, Mark? How many crossovers did you have?
I actually have some serious, like a couple rock songs that are summer to me.
Did Lou have any crossover? Like, did you have any on your list that Lou had?
I just took off the one because I have like 40 songs, so I took off the one that he mentioned.
He mentioned 20.
What was it?
Yeah, I know.
Where were you, Mark?
Oh no, you said it. You said it. Anyway,
No, you said it. No, you said it.
Hey, I'm putting myself in the penalty
You
box.
said that I said that you said. Oh,
All right. You want me to do my list?
I'm gonna have to cross-reference my summer song list too because I got Yacht Rock separate from summer songs.
yeah.
So
All
I
right.
have a total of 40.
Wow. Okay. All right, Mark. Let's have your 20.
Okay. Steely Dan, Deacon Blues. The ultimate patio song when you're sitting out there. Christopher Cross, I really don't know anymore. That's my first personal favorite of his. It's got You Know Who on the chorus.
Michael McDonald. That's right. That's one of his lost hits, right?
I don't know that.
Really don't know anymore.
I don't.
Yeah,
I'll-
that's
I'll-
a good song. That's
Starts,
actually
dun, 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 it's a good song. Anyway,
do that again, Mark. Can you make
dun,
that?
dun,
We still don't get it. You sounded like China Grove.
Oh
just
no,
then.
he goes, I really don't know anymore. I really can't say. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Oh boy, you're fucking both in the penalty box.
Oh,
Goodbye.
no.
Oh yeah,
Solo
both of you. Yes, 1, 2, double minor. Those fuckers got a double minor for both doing Michael McDonald at the same time. Double minor penalties. Roughing the host. Roughing the host. That's right. They're sitting in there. Mark's giving me the British fuck you symbol. I think Lou just took a shot. I think he just drank a beer. Lou just guzzled a beer, I think. All right, let's bring it back. Here we go. All right.
It was a bottle of water.
Well, sure it was. Yeah.
It was.
Mark, you drinking wine is nothing new. Like nobody's gonna go, oh, yeah, Lou, I know. Water. That's right.
I did
That's
see the
right.
beer
Vodka
before,
there.
though. I
Right?
saw a
You
nice
saw that
glass.
beer bottle, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I had a
Yeah,
glass
you
of
ain't
beer. I had a
fooling
glass
us.
of beer earlier.
All right, Mark, what do you got?
Okay. Here's my crossover. Van Halen, Summer Nights. I think that's a classic rock song for summer.
There you go.
Love that song. Ambrosia, How Much I Feel. Crosby, Stills and Nash, Southern Cross. Smooth song.
Yeah.
Summer Breeze, Seals and Croft.
I got that one, so that's
Boz Scaggs, Lowdown.
yeah, I got that one too.
Hot
Lowdown.
Time.
I'm not going back to the penalty box. I'm not doing Boz Scaggs.
I'm gonna stay on the show.
But he won't kick you off because I'm just not that good, Lou. You're the
stop.
man. You're the man. You're the
I'm
man.
looking the self-deprecation. I'm just not that good.
Well, if you lower the bar, everyone goes, "Wow, you did a great job."
I've been to a couple low bars.
All right, Lou, who sings this one? Hot Time, Summer in the City.
Love and Spoonful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good summer song.
That's a crossover.
Here's one that reminds me of hot summer days when none of us had air conditioning. Saturday in the Park, Chicago.
Ah.
Yeah.
This is just another great crossover. More Than the Feeling by Boston. That's an anthem. That when I hear that, I smell leaded gas. I see my sister's Camaro. I just remember 70s, you know.
So that is a song that reminds you of summer.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
What does it
Could
remind
that
you
be
of?
considered a yacht rock song?
we have an emotional
Oh no.
category here.
If Yacht Rock were to get edgy, they probably would put that on there because Boston were very shiny and polished.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. Toto, I'll Be Over You. Another song with Michael McDonald on it. That's one of my favorite songs ever. America, Sister Golden Hair.
Doing it, Lou says I'm not doing it.
I'm not some performing flea
In your
flea
traveling
circus,
flea
Mr.
circus,
Smith.
Mr. McLean.
Oh yeah, both of you.
Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith. Mr. McLean.
I'm already in trouble with that on time joke I made, so I'm not saying it anymore.
I don't forget.
Okay. I did America's Sister Golden Hair. Beach Boys, California Girls. That's a classic summer song. I can't even listen to it in the winter. Bill Withers, Summer, Lovely Day. One of my favorites. Don Henley, Boys of Summer.
Yep.
Really sad song. When he played it acoustically, That's when I
That's
realized.
more like a Labor Day song. That's like an end of summer song. That to me it is.
Yeah, it
To
is.
me
It's
it
he
is.
had the girl and he was with
Yeah.
her for the summer, and then
Summer's over.
boom. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Bye, farewell, so long, farewell.
I'm up to 15 here. Okay. Dancing in the Street, Martha and the Vandellas.
Oh, as long as it's not the Bowie Jagger version. Thank you.
Well, let's do the one without the music.
Yeah, the shuffle.
I want to see you after the shoot.
Dave Phillips, you can't play, Dave. You're not on the show. Now my song right there.
Okay, I'm going to look at the camera on this one. Vacation by the Go-Go's.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Whatever.
That's exciting. Wow.
Well, I like it.
It is your list after all. There
That's
is
all
no
that matters.
well, I can never say there is no wrong answers because
right.
Lou already came up with a wrong answer. That fucking Pina Colada song gotta go.
That's total fucking yacht rock, man.
I guess it is.
It
is.
I hear that
just
guy
hate
on,
it.
I hear the guy
hate
on
it.
Sirius going,
I know what you
total
mean.
fucking yacht rock.
That's our channel. That would be our channel.
Okay. Gonna go with Jay Ferguson, Thunder Island. That's just
Good
a
one.
good summer tune.
Good one.
Still the One by Orleans. And my final one will be, I was gonna go with another rock song, but I'm gonna go with Sun is Shining by Bob Marley. He covered it. I forget who did the original. It's a sublime classic reggae song. And that's it.
Interesting. So you guys really hung around the 70s, right? Because isn't the 70s kind of the ground zero for yacht rock?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yacht rock, the term yacht rock was really centered on 70s soft rock,
Mid 70s.
right?
Pretty much mid 70s on in a lot of ways. Yeah.
So my list kind of really, it progresses. I think it's a little more, I hate the word progressive.
Come on.
They make you hate
You
that
are
word,
progressive
buddy.
on this list, Scott.
They
You are
make you hate the word diverse and progressive. I hate it. I hate
my
using
eyebrows?
those words. Eclectic. I'll
There
say
you go.
eclectic.
Eclectic.
Look at Mark. Asshole.
Oh, that was so Boston. Asshole. Get the kids some cranberry
Asshole.
juice.
Yeah, that's right. All right, I'm going to start off with what I think. Okay, so Lou, you touched on this. What song is it you said was probably like the quintessential yacht rock song?
To me, it's I have a tie. Brandy by Looking Glass or Moonlight Feels Right by Starbuck.
Okay, I think you said Moonlight. That's when you
Well,
kind of
that's
said
the-
that's
what-
kind of like a quintessential
Yeah, I put Brandy.
yacht rock song. Brandy is right there. I will give you that.
Yeah, because it's also just one of my favorite songs. But
Yeah.
I'm almost thinking I'm going to go Starbuck. Moonlight Feels Right.
Okay,
Overall.
Mark, do you have a song you think is the quintessential yacht rock song?
Yeah.
What
It
is
has
it?
nothing to do with summer, but Toto, I'll Be Over You. That's like a classic yacht rock type song. Just a beautiful,
Right.
great melody. You want to be sitting back in
Okay.
that chair with a lemonade in your hand, you know.
This-
But it also makes you feel good. It's not that it makes you relax. I hate that term. Oh, it makes me relax. Well, we don't want to go to sleep. We want to hear songs we like. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. To me, this song that I'm about to say is the quintessential yacht rock song. I don't know why. And I like the song. I listen to it every time it comes on. I've never gotten sick of this song. It's a 70s song. But Hello, It's Me by Todd Rundgren to me is like the quintessential yacht rock song.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Right.
mean,
I just think it's like it's in the upper echelons of yacht rock to me again.
okay.
Like when I hear that, that's what I think of when I hear
That-
yacht rock.
That's my favorite song of his too.
Hello, It's Me. It's a great song. It's still a great song,
Yeah.
right? My second one is Boz Scaggs, Lowdown. Number 3. So we all had. Did we all have a Boz Scaggs song?
I had Lido Shuffle.
Mark, did you have a Boz Scaggs song?
Low down.
You had Lowdown
Yeah,
too, also.
yeah.
So so the 3 of us had 3 of us also have Steely Dan songs, correct?
Yep.
Yes, we do.
And Lou, yours was
Ricky, don't lose that number. I actually had Peg and Hey 19. I had 3.
what? Why you throwing things off by adding.
It was 3 of 20. It was 3 of no.
I asked for one.
One of each artist.
Well,
well,
that beer.
Paid the toll.
He pounded that beer, and it's getting.
I was tired of my lady.
Oh,
I'm not into health.
Here it is.
food.
Let's name the show a Boston guy saying "fuck you." Yeah, you're asking for it. You got it, buddy. Penalty box. He's still singing too. Look at, he's still singing.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah, he's still singing. He was Lou just went off the reservation for a second there. He's still singing. He's still talking like
Scott. Don't make him throw his headphones.
He's drinking the beer.
See? On the Cape.
So
lock me up all you want.
So Mark, what was your Steely Dan song?
Mine was Deacon Blues.
Deacon Blues?
Yeah.
I have Josie. Right?
That was almost on it.
That whole Asia album.
Yeah, right? The whole Asia album, right?
Larry Carlton plays on it.
Yeah.
By the way, tomorrow there's a really good Steely Dan tribute band playing in Nashville.
Really?
Called Dirty Logic. More of a show band of sorts, but I think by the time Steely Dan stopped playing, they're big horns. But yeah, I think they're mostly local musicians, but they're good.
No, they got to be good.
Yeah.
I saw Crystal Ship a couple Saturdays ago.
Yeah, you said, yeah.
All right, I'm going to give a quick review. I give the drummer an A+. That guy, no one really understands John Densmore, how he kept those rhythms, how he kept that everything moving. Oh, yeah. He had some pretty intricate drum parts in these songs.
Doesn't the drums untouch me?
Yeah, I mean it's amazing. This drummer was like, this guy was spot on.
Cool.
This guy was spot on. Then you have the Robbie Krieger guy, right? He was good. He was good. I think he was one of the original members, right? So he was good, but he's an older guy. Maybe didn't have the fast fingers or whatever. Not that they really needed fast fingers, but the lead singer, he did a good Morris. Sounded just like him, right? And he acted like him, which I always think is creepy, right? Then the guy on keyboards really
he sleeps in that outfit at home.
Yeah, in those leather pants.
The pants been on for 7 days straight, no shower.
So he's up there on stage and he's dancing, and he's doing that Jim Morrison, like that quick herky jerky moves that he made, right? And my wife says, "This, why is he dancing like that?" I said, "Oh well, he's doing a good job. Let's put it that way."
Show her the Doors movie with Val Kilmer.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, we were the youngest couple in there.
Wow.
It was fucking hilarious.
Wow. Oh, that's hilarious.
Like we were and I'm 59, right? My wife's 53, right? So like we were the youngest couple in there. Yeah.
Wow.
It was well, they, it's these groups, they tour these little clubs and they got an old Boca crowd.
Yeah, sure. Right? The Doors,
Yeah, and the dude's showing up with the old Doors concert T-shirt and the leather vest and the leather hat, like they loved it, and I loved the fact that they were having fun, and these people went in there, and the guy in front of me had his hand on his head on his hand for a little while, like leaning over like he was ready to fall asleep, but it was 10 o'clock after all.
Sure. Well, it's good to see people still go out and playing music. Seeing music rather. I played some gigs where I was one of the youngest people there too, and I'm like, shit.
They took the guy playing the keyboards though really was not up to par.
Really
was not up to par. No, he could not. Now they were having a little audio, like whoever the sound guy was, like the keyboards, they kept doing the thumb, like up it. But he just his on the keyboards, the songs, and we know those songs, in and out, upside down, and backwards, and he just didn't have it. Like he didn't have it. He was probably the lag in the sound.
Wow.
Now maybe my wife didn't notice it, but I did, and I was like, he's not really that good.
It was such a big part of the Doors sound, really.
Yeah,
It was the main part of the sound, really, instrumentally. Oh.
Yeah, so it wasn't really. So I'd give it a 6.5.
Okay.
On a scale, it was entertaining, but it wasn't anything spectacular.
And nothing like Dirty Logic, and I'll be singing the Michael McDonald parts with them tomorrow.
There you go, buddy.
I'm just gonna bum rush the stage.
He's gonna bum rush. Grab the mic. I'm gonna grab the mic.
Sing Peg.
So I have number 4 on my list is Christopher Cross, Sailing. Right, that is a quintessential Yacht Rock song.
Oh yeah. Some people said that might be the original Yacht Rock song.
You know what? I think my friend Phil Kelly. First thing he said, he always says, "What's the topic tonight?" I said Yacht Rock. First thing he came back with is Christopher Cross.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's
so
hard to argue that.
No, I think maybe I think he might be the king of Yacht Rock with all 3 songs of his.
When did that album come out? 81, I think.
About 81, yeah.
All right, so
81.
I'm 11 years old. I'm going from prog into metal, and I got that album and I loved it. That's how it's like I love that album.
He was a hot session guitar player. He was known as
Derek Johnson on that album. He's on a couple songs.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I think he had a rep as a guitar player.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he was a fantastic guitar player.
Yeah.
Well.
Also, I saw him live playing with the 2 guys from America, with Jerry Beckley and Dewey Bennell.
Oh, you had said that before, yeah.
Yeah. Friggin' nailed it. He did the Dan Peek parts, played the guitar because he's a hot guitar player, and he sang the songs just as good as Dan Peek did, because Jerry Beckley tries to sing some of those. It's not quite the same. I give him credit for nailing it, but I said he should have joined the band.
Yeah.
But
yeah. My 5th is 10cc, I'm Not in Love.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Great song, right?
Rock.
Great song. I put that album cover on my Facebook page the other day. I said, who didn't own this? Who did not own this album in the 70s? And only 2 people said I didn't have it.
Wow.
Right? I usually get a lot of answers on those things, and only 2 people said I didn't have it. Just for that song, people bought the album. That was a huge song for them.
Oh, big time.
Yeah, that was a huge song.
Playboy, I was 76. Playboy magazine wrote that was the best lovemaking album that year. That was the sexy album. That was the album to do it.
Yep, 10cc.
Yeah.
What's the origin of that name? Do you know where it's based on?
Yep.
You see, Mark just got that. All right, we won't talk about it. But.
And then if you believe folklore, Rod Stewart would know too.
Rod Stewart would know because they pumped his stomach.
That was the worst rumor you could spread on anybody.
Imagine if that was if social media was around back then. Rod Stewart would not be in the Hall of Fame. He would not be selling 80, 90 million albums. Nope.
That would have been it.
Yeah, yep. Number 6, I'm jumping up into the 80s. Spandau Ballet, True.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So true. Funny how it seems. All in love. Never in time for me.
Saxophone solo and the whole bit.
Yeah.
That's a good song. That's a good song.
Yeah. Number 7, Hall & Oates, I Can't Go For That.
There were so many Hall & Oates songs.
So many Hall, like Steely Dan, there's so many.
Yeah.
Right? So
Sarah
many.
Smile, yeah. She's Gone, all those.
Yeah. Number 8, a group, I'm jumping into the 90s now, a group that I had mentioned earlier in the show. Sugar Ray, Every Morning.
Forgot about that.
Nice rhythm, nice mellow song. Happy.
It's funny because they were younger. You think of Yacht Rock, you think Steely Dan.
Right. Well,
by the time the Modernizing came by, they were in their 50s or late 40s, but those guys were young. They were in their 20s probably.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know how they're going to do, like, how do they progress Yacht Rock? Do they keep this same 70s, maybe early 80s format, or do they start to open it up, like on Sirius XM? Now it's Channel 14. Yacht Rock is back for the summer, right?
I'll tell you what, if you listen to Yacht Rock on Sirius, it's great, but after about 3 hours, it's kind of limited. They got to expand.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they do it like on isn't it like a 6-hour loop? Like every 6 hours it plays again, or 5 hours, something like that.
But did you notice lately the guy comes in and goes, some people say this is yacht, some say not. You decide. And they're starting to play like little songs that are a little different than your typical.
Yeah, they have to do that. They have to start stretching it out a little bit. And I think that's, Sugar Ray. Every morning there's a halo hanging from the corner of my girlfriend's 4-post bed. Shut the door, baby. Don't say a word. That's a great song.
I thought you put Lou to sleep, but he froze up.
You thought I put Lou to sleep. What the?
He'll be back in 10 minutes.
Should I just put him in the penalty box? No, let's keep that screen up.
Don't kick a man when he's down. Come on.
He's rebooting. Thank God he got through his list. That's all we needed him for. We just needed him for his list.
I thought he's really interested in your singing, Scott.
He's gone. He's rebooting.
At least it's now, not this day in music when he comes on right before we cut.
Yeah, that's when he finally came on the show. So again, I'm going to go into the 80s.
Okay.
With my 9th song, Michael Jackson, Human Nature.
Oh,
right.
And you know who wrote that?
I can do this way.
The Picaro that played keyboards in Toto.
Really?
Yeah, the story is, last time I saw Toto, they each got to do a little part where they talked about songs they wrote. 'Cause all those guys have written songs for other artists. David Page, Be Real, that song, he wrote that. He told the story behind that. So I'm bad with the Picaros, which one played the keyboards, but he said his little daughter was in school. She was like 7 or 8 years old. And she said, as a little boy, I liked, and you know, I really liked him. And he punched me on the playground and he hurt my feelings. And he said something like, well, that's kind of like human nature. And then he said he played the song, but what it meant was, you know, when you're little, if a kid likes another kid like that, they sometimes hit them. Yeah. You know, and it's like it became a great Michael Jackson song.
Yeah, it is. That's one of my favorite songs by Michael Jackson. Really good song. Yeah. Number 10, America. Right.
Mm-hmm.
This, I think, might be my favorite, and they have a lot of good songs.
Yeah.
So this is kind of a bold statement. Maybe it's my current favorite song by them because you don't hear it that often, right? There's about 3 America songs, you know, Sister Golden Hair, Horse with No Name, Ventura Highway, right? Those are the big 3 for them that you always hear. But I love Daisy Jane.
I don't know that song.
Do you really love me? I think she does. Like the sky above me, I know she does. You never heard Daisy Jane?
I don't know a lot of America. That's the next group I'm going to do a deep dive on because Lou talks about them all the time.
Wow, that was actually one of the. It wasn't a big hit, but it was definitely got a lot of airtime when it came out in the 70s when you were 3.
Yep.
3.
I was 10 when Candy O came out.
What year were you born?
69.
Wow, that's my wife was born that year, so
yeah. Good year.
She even knows what that song is, but you know,
because you play it around her. That's why.
And she's from the Philippines.
Well, they love music in the Philippines. Good Arnell. You told me.
She said, she came up with another one the other day. So, okay. We were at the Crystal Ship show and so before the show, they play the videos on the screen, right? And they played the Monkees, right?
Yeah.
Cheer up, sleepy dream, right? Oh, what can it mean? And I told her the story about David Bowie. And his name is David Jones, and like I can't fucking compete with this dude. Like I can't be David Jones too because the Monkees are fucking huge, right? Yeah. And he's a little British dude. He's a little cute guy, and he gets all the attention. He's on every fucking magazine. And David Bowie's like, fuck me. So how do I get away from this? And he came up with David Bowie. He changed his whole image and got away from that being called his real name, David Jones. So, okay, we go on, and then all of a sudden they put up on the screen a couple songs later, it puts up The Animals, House of the Rising Sun, right? And I go, oh, yeah, this song. And she's looking, and she said, she looks at Eric Burdon, she said, that voice shouldn't come out of that body, right?
Good point.
I said, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Right? You're absolutely right. Big voice, great voice. And then she said, is he the guy that was on earlier singing the other song? She thought it was Davy Jones. I said, I never really. Hair. Yeah, like, you know, they're both the same size pretty much. They both have the same kind of haircut. I'm like, that's like when I was listening to a song by Michael McDonald, and I said, you know who this is? She goes, yeah, Rick Astley. I said, oh shit, I never knew. I never put the two together.
Another little guy, Rick Astley.
Yeah,
and look what comes out of his mouth. I mean, that voice is just
but Eric Burdon had, I mean, that voice is just fucking epic.
Yeah.
Does not get the credit he deserves as a singer. Just doesn't.
And then linking up with, was it
War?
War, yeah. Stuff
Eric Burdon and War. Yeah.
They would not
take that girl. Nah.
And they were a band before he joined. They wouldn't have went anywhere if he hadn't joined.
Well, didn't he come in after?
Yeah, they weren't that well known. I don't.
Well, they had Lowrider. They had Me and Baby Brother. They had Cisco Kid.
I thought Lowrider was with Eric Burdon.
No.
Okay. All right.
They had Cisco Kid. They had some radio hits. They had some radio
that
hits.
They would hook up with Eric Burdon.
That right.
Yeah.
But he's a funky little white dude. Oh,
yeah.
Lou just sent us a text. Let's see. Almost back. All right. But he's like a funky little white dude, right? I mean, you don't just go play with War. Like, you don't say, hey guys, can I join? Can I cut a song or two with you guys? Now those dudes are serious musicians, man.
And I think the friction was when he wanted it to be called Eric Burdon and War. I heard that caused just a little bit of friction.
Well, probably, but you know what? He had a name. He had recognition.
Yeah.
And they're gonna know it's his name. They're going to know it's his voice.
Yeah.
Like, again, that big, booming, great rock voice.
Yeah.
Singing deep, right? How can you just say War? People are going to say, and I'm sure this is how it was presented, like, people are going to say, is that Eric Burdon?
Yeah.
Like, it's going to confuse people.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like he wasn't already established, and he's like, okay, he's with War first, like Michael McDonald was with Steely Dan first, right?
Doobie Brothers.
Doobie Brothers, and then he went to Steely Dan?
He never really... He was never a member of Steely. He's just on a lot of their songs. Singing,
but he sang.
Just like with Christopher Cross. He's all over that first album.
Did he sing with the Doobie Brothers before? Like, were the Doobie Brothers popular? And then Michael McDonald went over.
Lou would know this for sure, but I believe that when he came to the Doobies, he was kind of an unknown. He was with a local band. What a find. That guy with that voice in a local band. And because I think it was Captain and Me. Was that his first album with them? That was like 75. So Steely Dan at that point was doing Can't Buy a Thrill and Countdown to Ecstasy. No, he wasn't on those albums, I don't think. He was on the smoother albums.
So again, was he established with the Doobie Brothers and then went to Steely Dan?
Yeah. No, he never actually went. So he stayed with the Doobies because Minute by Minute came out in 78? And then he does the Asia, but he was an established singer. His voice is golden, so people would ask him to sing background, but he never sang any leads on Steely Dan albums.
No,
not one. He's good friends with Steely Dan, Toto. He's on a lot of their albums, but not singing lead. You just hear him coming in on the choruses if you listen closely.
All right, yeah.
Hence the Lou. I can't do
it. Jesus, it
hurts to do that. Oh.
So where did I leave off? I left off at America, number 10 with Daisy Jane, that you said you've never heard. So you got to go listen to that. I guarantee you might have heard it. You might have heard it. You just didn't know it was America.
Right.
It's a little slower than their other songs. Number 11. Robert Plant, I'm in the mood.
Great song.
Going into the 80s now, right? That's a Yacht Rock song if I ever heard one.
Yeah.
Right?
Complete with Robbie Blunt's guitar. What a magical sounding guitar playing he had.
Robbie Blunt, what's his history?
I don't know what he did before, but he was on the first 2 or 3 Robert Plant albums. And he has that just very echoey, chorusy guitar sound. It's magical. And I don't know what happened to him.
Right.
He kind of disappeared.
Poor
guy. He had to be the guy that was playing with Robert Plant right after Led Zeppelin. So, a lot of people picked on him. He wasn't a Jimmy Page type of guitar player.
I don't remember anybody like in where I was. Anybody saying like, who the fuck's that guy playing? I think everyone was so focused on Robert Plant being solo, right?
And they were good albums.
Yeah, they were good albums. There he is.
Yeah.
You back, Lou?
Hey, can we hear you?
How's your sound?
Yeah.
This is always
He
something.
looks like he's in Apollo 13, doesn't he?
He's got his lights on now.
Are you on the dark side of the moon?
He has his lights on.
Do the ricochet, you'll come back to Earth.
He's got the disco lights on in the background. He's like, yeah, well, I'm rebooting. I might as well just put the lights on.
Just for you, Scott.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
I owe you.
Okay, so let me do a quick recap, Lou, because I'm sure you might have a little bit of input on some of these.
I was gone for 10 minutes, man.
So I left. I started. I think you left when I said Spandau Ballet. True, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Then Hall & Oates. I can't go for that.
Yes.
And Sugar Ray. Every morning you were there, right? Michael Jackson. Human Nature. I don't think you heard that one, right?
No.
Mark gave a little background on how that song was written. This song, Mark never heard of this song. He never heard this song. My number 10 song is America, Daisy Jane. I love that song.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Right?
Beautiful song.
Great, beautiful song. Real yacht rockish.
You know what the original title was?
Don't say Daisy Chain.
Yes.
It wasn't really.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's not cool.
Not good. Not really good.
Gotta
publicity.
find my daisy chain.
I'm too young to understand that joke. I'm way too young.
You knock it off already. You're 55 years old, right?
53.
53. I'll be 54 in a few days.
Nah, he's a punk. He's a punk kid. Yeah.
When's your birthday?
Well, I'm not saying
it's coming
I
up.
forgot Perry, so
He just said in a few days. So he just.
Yeah, that's right.
Come on.
I'm a D-Day guy. June 6th.
Let me see. We'll be on next Wednesday. What's next Wednesday? It's Wednesday, June 6th.
That'll be the 7th.
So a day before our next podcast, you'll turn 54.
Yeah, I might disappear and you won't find me for the podcast. I may just walk into the mountains. Yeah.
Moses? You gonna pull a Moses?
I'm going for a
These
walk, guys.
motherfucking
Mark?
milk crates and turntables needs a fucking change. I'll be back. I'm gonna go for a hike in the mountains. Talk to God.
Walk into these mountains, Mark. It's different.
Oh, we did, Lou. Remember? We did. You got us being very stung by bees. Remember that?
That was hysterical. I watched Mark and Perry get eaten alive by yellow jackets.
I say, hey Perry, are you allergic to bees? He goes, I don't know. I said, we better get the fuck out of here because I didn't know. You know?
That was great. I really did enjoy that. I know it's sadistic.
That was a great time.
It was a great vacation. Yeah.
So then I got into Robert Plant. I'm in the mood. Right?
Oh,
so I jumped around into the 80s.
So this is yacht summer.
Well, it's I think these songs are like yacht rock songs. This is how I would.
Robert Plant's that's an interesting call, being from Led Zeppelin to yacht rock.
Right. But I think that song is a yacht rock song. No, I don't think that. What was the other one? The big
log. The big log.
Yeah, Big Log. I don't think that's a yacht rock song. I think
that's a giant turd.
Yeah. Right. But this next one, I think, is a yacht rock song. The Honey Drippers, Sea of Love.
Good one. Good.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah. I can see that being a yacht rock song.
Yeah.
Number 13, Squeeze, Tempted.
Yeah.
Right? Yacht rock song.
Sure.
Yeah.
14, this might be borderline, but I think it's a pretty, I would consider it a yacht rock song. I'd put it on a list of yacht rock songs if I was doing a playlist, which... If you guys decide to take a picture of your list maybe and send it to me, I could finally put a playlist together because you guys never send me.
Okay. Oh, yeah, sure.
No you always say, yeah, sure, Scott.
No.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to do a Milk Crazy Turntable playlist on Spotify. Yeah, we'll send it to you, buddy. Sure. Sure. I have time. I have time to send you fucking 30 songs.
Just like you added songs to my Lonely Drive playlist, I'll just add my songs to your playlist.
That's what you get. Go ahead. Be my guest. Be my guest.
Those are good songs you put on. You put on good songs.
Right? Yeah. That Gorillaz song, right? That's kind of a Lonely Drive song, right? Busted in Blue.
Yep.
Yeah. I know. I threw a couple curveballs.
You modernized it, so I'm going to continue it, and I'm going to get into some newer stuff. You know.
There you go. Yeah. Well, it didn't say old school.
No. Anything.
Lonely Drive. I looked at that list, though. I felt like breaking a bottle and fucking slicing my wrist with that fucking list.
That's the shit I play when I
Not
drive
even
up.
doing a razor blade. I'm just gonna smash a bottle and do it the rough way. I mean,
When I drive up
north
to New
to
York State
south,
Thruway?
I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Not even do it the right way. Yeah, it's slow bleed. Bleed out slowly.
Hey, Lou, look at Mark. Right, look at Mark. Look at the shadow. Right, does he look like he has a Hitler mustache right now? Does he has a Hitler mustache?
It's a piece of electrical tape. It really does.
That's better. Keep it like that the whole show.
Talk about politically incorrect.
I'm gonna be final here.
Mark, is there some
Like
is there something you want to tell us, Mark?
Wow.
Bullet the blue sky. Bullet the blue sky.
Oh,
Watch the replay, Mark.
do I have to go home to Fuhrer now?
Now. I'm looking at the screen.
Wow, wait,
He has
Schmitty.
blonde hair, blue eyed. I mean,
My God.
I'm Irish.
that's well.
Wow.
We're not blonde.
Maybe.
That's pretty
That's what you say.
I'm half German.
Yeah.
I'm half German.
Boys from Brazil.
Yeah, real.
I'm just gonna keep
ballsy, man.
the
Mark's one of the boys from Brazil.
All right, that's it. That's it. You're making fun of my lighting, fucker. I can't turn my fucking flashlight
I
off.
didn't notice until you said something, Scott. I'm like, definitely did.
Oh,
It does.
I can't turn my flashlight off.
hello.
Okay.
Perry Dedovich. Hey, happy birthday, Perry. Happy birthday.
Hurry.
Sorry, I forgot, Perry.
Yeah. See, Perry, I remembered your birthday. Mark didn't. How did I know your birthday and Mark didn't? Because I pay attention, Perry.
I called him last night, actually, on his birthday.
There you go. There you go. Perry says, is Wooden Ships by Crosby a yacht song?
Yachts are not made of wood, Perry.
And he said Zeke Schmitty. Zeke Schmitty.
From the Polish guy. From the Polish
Zeke
guy.
Schmitty.
It's springtime for Schmitty.
Well, now you got Tom Spallone going when you hear that one.
Time for Schmitty.
Rage Against the Cafe. That's the title. Scott, we got one. We got another one.
Oh, we're going to put him on the cover. We're going to sell millions. Millions.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Oh, Jesus.
That better?
Next thing you know,
That's
you
great.
see Mark's face on a flag, and
I feel like Peter Gabriel
he
right
becomes
now.
a symbol.
Oh, my God.
I can't say the words because YouTube will. They'll
You know what?
hit
I'm
me.
going to do a Lou. Ready?
Throw it at the camera. So is Wooden
This is
Ships
all live, by the way.
Schmitty. Perry says Zeke Schmitty. That's
That's
hilarious.
That
great.
was a good one.
Is Wooden Ships by Crosby a yacht song, Lou?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I just say yachts are yachts made of wood? I guess they can be.
I met a guy in Aruba. My wife and I were at a steakhouse in Aruba, really good one, as a matter of fact. And the couple next was an older couple, and guy, he's quiet, and the wife, is very engaging, and we're talking, and the dude built like a fucking 50-foot sailboat, which is kind of a yacht, right?
A sloop.
Had never done anything like that before. I said, how did you do it? He goes, I just read books.
Wow.
And he showed me a picture of it. Fucking thing. He said, I built the mast, everything. And he wrote a book on how he built the boat.
Wow.
Fucking amazing.
If I did that, it would sink.
Oh.
It would look like Gene Hackman's house in Unforgiven. It would go down.
So this next song is Yacht Rock song.
This is
or
the
no?
longest list I've ever heard.
There's comedy interspersed between. I mean, come on, man.
Zig Schmidt.
It was your mustache. Your mustache started
Zig
it.
Schmitty and Zig penalty box.
It's springtime for Schmitty.
Zig Schmitty is in the penalty box.
He's in the Stylag.
He's in the gulag.
The gulag.
He's in Stalag milk crate.
Oh, you did start it.
All right.
You mentioned his mustache.
Ow, my arms hurt
It's
after that.
back.
Yes, he hasn't moved.
The Fuhrer thing.
I give up on a beard. I give up. I just, fuck it. I'm shaving. I'm going to shave. Do you want me to shave during the show? I'll go give her a fucking razor. You want me to shave?
No.
I'll fucking shave in front of you guys.
No, don't. Come on. That's called that style's called the dictator, isn't there? Something like that.
Thank you, Perry. Thank you very much. I deserve that though. Because I talked to you last night and never said happy birthday.
Oh shit.
Okay, karma's a
Jojo Rabbit.
I'll be your friend.
I'm gonna have an asthma attack.
I'll be your friend.
Jojo Rabbit. Mark sees him when he goes to bed. He's sitting on the edge of his bed talking to him.
Go to sleep.
Hitler's talking to him.
I put on Heroes. I'll start dancing to Heroes.
Oh, gee. Okay, all right.
Oh, this sucks.
Let me get past this song. Take Me Home. Is that a Yacht Rock song?
By who?
By Phil Collins?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Mark?
It's a hot tub song.
It's a hot tub song. Okay.
Yeah, only because
the hot tub in the back of your limo song.
And he's got that one scene in Australia, right? In the video. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's it. Yeah. Definitely.
38 Special, Hold On Loosely. Or is that two? Is that's rockish, right? Or is that yacht rockish?
I think that's rock.
I think it's rock.
It's close.
That's new wave southern rock.
But it wouldn't be not a yacht rock song?
I wouldn't consider it. No.
Okay.
Well,
Summer song.
I would say that if they were to cross over, if they were to incorporate rock and roll into yacht rock, that could be a contender.
Yeah. Yeah. Then I have Ace, How Long?
Yeah. Right. Oh, that was my bad.
Crowded House, Don't Dream It's Over.
Oh, great
So
song.
Scott, you've got Paul Carrack on two yacht rock songs. Tempted.
Yep.
And the How Long.
And Ace, that's right.
Yeah.
Good call, man.
Paul Carrack.
Good call. Paul Carrack sings Tempted, and it's their biggest hit.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
Right?
He's there for one album, scores their biggest hit and leaves.
And then leaves.
It's kind of there's something punk about that.
Yeah, he did it right.
Like you're welcome, by the way, and I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Pay my royalties.
Although, I mean, their earlier hits, I mean, Pulling Muscles, Michelle. You mentioned I've not yet listened
singles,
to Squeeze's
45s, and what's that?
Yeah, I've not yet listened to their greatest hits. You touted it a lot.
Oh,
singles 45 and under.
I know.
Great album.
Oh, dude, not a bad song. On it.
Yeah.
Really isn't.
Yeah.
I mean, very. It's one of those albums when I first heard it, CDs, I guess, album. I was like, oh shit. Just forget how many great songs they had.
Oh yeah.
You know, but fucking Sheryl Crow is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
If I'm looking at the track listing of that album, it's great.
How does Rage Against the Machine get into Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with 4 albums, but Soundgarden isn't in yet? How does that happen?
Jimmy Iovine.
Tom Hanks.
How does
who they rub the wrong way? Who they snub at a party? Or
how does Dolly Parton get to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? But okay, George Jones doesn't. But Johnny Cash is in, but George Jones isn't.
Yeah.
I think Jones.
Her overall crossover appeal, though, she was in movies.
She had 9 to 5. She had one pop song.
Yeah, I know. She thinks the same thing. She even said,
"Yeah." But that's where I get into the diversity thing. They have the equity. They have to put women. So they were just fucking naming people.
But like Jack told you, they were putting women in the first year.
Fuck Jack.
Hey. Whoa.
Fuck.
Hello, Jack.
I think I got
Yeah, exactly. Number 18 on this long list. Pet Shop Boys. What have I done to deserve this?
What have I?
Yep. With Dusty Springfield. Oh, look, he's giving the middle finger. Is that a fucking gnome smoking a cigar?
It's a gnome.
That's from my wonderful sister. That was my Christmas present.
Your Christmas gnome.
Smith family humor.
Pet Shop Boys. What have I done to deserve this? Dusty Springfield's swan song. Right? She went out on the charts.
I didn't know that song either.
Now,
you've heard it, Mark. Yeah. Definitely heard it.
I think for me, Yacht Rock ends in the mid 80s, I think. Or I guess that was the general ending point for it. They said, other things popped up, some things in the 90s. But,
yeah.
So okay. I don't know if I would consider that Yacht Rock.
All right.
But
all right. Fleetwood Mac, Sweet Wonderful You.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't have any Fleetwood Mac, but I wrestled with that. I'm like, there's so many songs we could include.
I loved her, man.
Yeah.
I loved I think, again, you hear all the great songs, but those Christine McVie songs, and I'm not just saying this, I've always said this.
Yeah.
Those are the songs that stand out to me. I loved her voice.
Yeah.
I don't think she did a bad song.
What's that solo piano song she sings on Rumors? What's it called?
Like Songbird?
Songbird.
Songbird, yeah.
Oh, God, that's great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just very low key in the background, kind of George Harrison-ish.
She's like the George Harrison of Fleetwood Mac. She's very, very soulful.
Yeah.
Because she was the heart of that band, really, and you don't even know it. You think Mick Fleetwood, Stevie, and Lindsay.
Yeah.
But did she ever do a solo record while she was in Fleetwood Mac?
Not while she was. I don't think while she was in. I don't think so.
She did an album with Lindsey Buckingham after she left the band, before she died.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. And my last one. This is a upper echelon, we'll say, quintessential yacht rock song. Bob Welch, "Sentimental Lady."
Yeah. I left that off. Damn it.
Right.
Oh, great song.
Yeah, that is a quintessential yacht rock song.
And it has Christy McVie on it.
Yes.
Is she on that?
She's singing "All I Need." She's singing the harmony of that little.
What a great harmony!
Oh shit! I
That's her
never
singing
noticed
the tagline
that.
there. Yeah.
Great.
I never noticed that. Wow. See, you learned something new.
She
We don't know everything.
For the testament to her awesomeness, it's like we were just talking about her, and it's a great little part. Yeah, she just sings that. Well, it's a tagline. She just sings a little answer.
Yeah, she sang on the original on Fleetwood Mac, and then she sang on Bob Welch's solo version. She was on both. He needed her.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't know that. So that's my top 20.
Good.
Yeah.
You know what, Scott? You got a point. I mean, they can't have yacht rocks be in the same era forever. People are just going to get tired of it. Maybe
I listen, I have it set on my channel and so I was listening to it today, and then I'm like, okay, how many times can you hear Orleans Still the One? And, before you're like, okay, change the channel.
Yeah.
Whereas, 5 years ago, 6, 7 years ago, you'd listen to it. But now it's like, okay, I know what the lineup is going to be. They have to start kind of bringing in some new, like you said, was it Mark? Is this yacht rock or not? You make the decision. You make the call.
I mean, look at classic rock radio, how it's changed over the years. Classic rock, they'll play Guns N' Roses. I don't consider that classic rock, but
right.
They can't keep playing Led Zeppelin all the time. They just don't get away with that. Yeah.
We were talking about how they don't write songs like "Dancing in the Moonlight" and "Brandy" anymore. Are there bands that are striving to do that? How about some new yacht rock genre, like new stuff by new bands, or even trying to recreate that feel today?
Well, if it's out there, it's not getting pushed. It's not getting pushed past fucking Lizzo and Taylor, whatever her name is.
Taylor Ham, Egg, and Cheese Swift.
Yeah. They're not, it's just not, it got pushed back in the day. Yeah.
It's all the record companies. If they want it to be popular, they'll push it. That's all it is.
Yeah. That's push it real good.
It's funny because they have some of these bands do yacht rock reviews. They do it in Nashville. There's a certain band, I don't know who they were. They come around, they do these circuits and tours. The last time they were here in Nashville, Mark, Albert Bouchard was with them for a bit.
Wow.
There's their cult. Yeah.
Wow.
But so it's a very alive genre. I mean, it ties in with classic rock, but that band, that Steely Dan tribute band, Dirty Logic, that's all yacht rock basically, and so it's still alive and valid, and it's not restricted like to one age. You see people younger than us at shows like that too.
Yeah. Perry says, didn't Fleetwood Mac record in the Bay Area? Yacht Country, Sausalito.
Bob Welch moved him to California. He was the one that got him out of England.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I love Sausalito. I love that. I told you, I've told you that story where I went there to visit a friend of mine, my first wife and I, and what happened there? Sorry, Mark. I really didn't mean that.
Yeah, right. Freudian slip. I didn't even do that.
And so I ended up, we went to Sausalito. I was like, we got to come back here. He lived in the Bay, so we went back another time and just fucking loved it, right? It's a beautiful place. It's it's kind of artsy and just laid back. It was at least back then, right, in the early 2000s. But so I was like, wow, if I ever had a place to live, if I ever had a choice of a place to live, it would be Sausalito. I always said that. Like, Sausalito would be the place to go, right? So fast forward, my now wife and I end up, buying a house. And what's the name of the street? Sausalito Drive.
Yeah, that's funny.
I should have been more Pacific.
Right? You're
Although
almost
I wouldn't
there.
want to be living there right now. I would not want to be living in the Bay Area right now. I don't care what they say. But yeah, so I ended up on Sausalito, just not in Sausalito.
A little different.
Little different.
Fucking hot as balls.
This is nice. I was working with a couple of horses today. It was fucking hot out.
Yeah.
It was hot. But I don't mind it. Get used to it.
You obviously did.
I love it. I love the heat.
Yeah, I don't really like. I don't go outside and go, oh my God.
Look at Dave Phillips' comment. He missed a big part of the show.
Yeah. He says, I'm surprised none of them mentioned the Doobie Brothers. Well, I didn't have any Doobie Brothers on my list.
I did. What a Fool Believes.
What a Fool Believes. And Mark, did you have any Doobie Brothers?
No, but I kind of had the spirit where I had all the songs with Michael McDonald, like Crisscross.
Such a long way to go.
Crisscross, I really don't know anymore. That could be a Doobie song,
Right.
Toto, I'll Be Over You. I mean, these songs, I was while you were out, I was telling Scott how Michael McDonald was friends with a lot of these bands, and he didn't sing for Steely Dan, but he has those vocals on the choruses. Same with Toto, same with so many bands. Like you hear him, he just links.
If you mention Peg, he's on Peg.
Peg, yeah. Peg.
He is the Yacht Rock, quintessential Yacht Rock background vocal.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Dave Phillips mentioned a song earlier. So we're going to go let's just do a quick, say 5-song summer songs, right? Mm-hmm. And this actually was on, I'm going to do that. I didn't write them down. I kind of have them off the top of my head, but Hot Fun in the Summertime.
Yeah.
Right. It's not a Yacht Rock song though, is it?
No.
That's I wouldn't put that in. That's soul. Yeah.
I mean, the list of songs with just summer in the title is
it's
immense.
A lot.
It's immense.
I had that on my list because I didn't think just Yacht Rock. I was also doing summer theme songs.
He also had Ride, Captain Ride, Brandy, Fine Girl, Brown Eyed Girl. So.
In the Summertime by Mungo Jerry.
Yep. That was the what's the story behind them? That was like that song.
They were a jug band.
Yeah, that was their only hit, right?
Their only hit. I don't know if that's like the only song they had that was like that. One of those weird things, maybe.
Yeah.
Where they had a fluky goofball novelty song, basically.
Yeah.
And it hit.
Oh Jesus!
Wow. He
tried to play into a wine bottle. How many wine bottles does he have down there? Oh, you hear them clinking around?
And some of them are not filled with wine at this point.
It's the ice packs in my cooler bag.
Sure. Okay.
Hey, listen, Jim Morrison could have like 5 bottles of wine in a show. So.
Yeah, well, so could the guy that played him the other night. All right, Lou, give me 5 quick summer songs. Not with necessarily the word summer in them, just summer songs.
That's all I have. Cruel Summer, Bananarama.
All right, that's on my list. Yep.
Summer Wind by Frank Sinatra. Summertime by the Jamies. Summertime Girls by Y&T.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Summertime Girls.
Yep. Wow.
I got one more, right?
What's that, like 82?
I got that's about right.
Around in there.
This Ain't the Summer of Love by Blue Oyster Cult.
Oh, Mark liked that one.
Yes, he did. And Summertime, I like the Billy Stewart version. The crazy summertime. That's a great version. That's all I got.
All right. Mark,
I got more, but that's my 5.
Okay.
5 quick ones.
Okay, I got Summertime by DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
That's a good one. I had that one, yeah. I don't like him, but I like that song.
Yeah, Hot Fun in the Summertime.
They took that, he sampled that from Kool and the Gang, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
What's
that background was Kool and the Gang.
DJ, he sampled really good. He had a style. They were popular, but they had a style.
They dug deep. Those guys dug deep into some serious music.
Yep.
It wasn't bad music they were sampling.
Yeah. All right. Sunny Afternoon Kinks. I just think that's
Great one.
Here Comes the Sun, the Beatles.
See, none of us had any Beatles songs on our list.
No, I don't.
And that's always been a summer song to me. Now that's 3,
sure.
right? Okay. I have the Summer Song by Joe Satriani. You're going to laugh because it's an instrumental, but I was working in a record store and the owner would say, it was John Schleipeklu. The owner would say, this is the summer song. Like everyone wants this song. So that summer, Joe Satriani, like people were coming in. Do you have that song by that guitar player? It's called Summer Song. And we were selling those CDs like crazy. And so it'll be my 5th, right? Or 4th.
Yeah.
All right. Heat Wave, Martha and the Vandellas. That's
All
just
right.
a summer song to me. And my runner-up was Night Swimming by REM. That's a haunting song.
Okay. Let me see. What do I have? I love one of my favorite. It just always reminds me of summer. Is it's an 80s song. Haircut 100, Love Plus One. Just always reminds me of the summer song.
Sure. Yeah.
It's just a great summer song. And I really go back to the 80s with these summer songs more than the 70s. I don't know why. Maybe it's a whole different part of my life, but like ABC, The Look of Love, just reminds me of just a summer song. I guess it brings its memories, right?
Yes.
It's
What you're doing when you heard that song, right?
Yeah. I think. Let me see. What else did I have? I didn't. So we'll go with. I said it earlier. Hot Fun in the Summertime. Right? Sly and the Family Stone.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. I had them, then I lost them. I'm not gonna waste time on them. It's all the same. I got two songs. I'll pick 2 songs.
It's a summer song to me. Heat of the Moment. When that came out, it was summer. I remember playing that over the whole summer. When that album came out, Asia.
Yeah,
that to me is.
I remember those videos you saw during the summer too, when you had a little air conditioner in your bedroom window in New Jersey, and it just does not do enough. How about Bad Case of Loving You by Robert Palmer? Hot summer night.
Yeah.
Good one.
That's a good one. How about Devil Went Down to Georgia?
Is that
Charlie Daniels? Just a summer song. I don't know.
And it goes with Budweiser. Yeah.
I only because we saw him at concerts on the Common. They used to have these concerts on the Boston Common, and we saw Charlie Daniels there. Bunch of city boys going to see Charlie Daniels.
That was like the first country band guy that crossed over to rockers.
Pretty much.
Well, nobody else before then, because everything else was Southern rock. He was a country guy. Even though he started as rock, he started as a kind of a hard rock guy in my opinion.
And you turned Charlie, session guy.
Yeah.
How about
he played with Dylan?
Oh wow.
How about Glenn Campbell, Southern Nights?
Yes.
Right?
Summer song.
Yeah.
There you go.
How about Summer by War? 'Cause it's summer.
Oh yeah. Yep, nice mellow tune, right?
Yeah, great band.
Yeah,
great band.
We were just talking about when you were out. We were talking how
War.
How it was Eric Burden in War, and I said, they said there was a little bone of contention there, and I said, well, if he was singing with them, people, if they don't say Eric Burden in War, they're going to be like, is that Eric Burden? That guy sounds like Eric Burden.
Yeah,
because he was already established.
Yeah. Well, also that was a project that they did together. Yeah. So but yeah, Eric Burden and War. I mean, distinctive vocal. I mean,
that's what I was saying. Doesn't get the credit he deserves.
Yep. And
at all.
Mark and I picked him out on the last Music Relish show. Perry was holding up pictures of bands, and we had to guess who the band was. So we're looking at the guy on the left, this little ugly guy. Like, that's Eric Burden. Yeah. That's the only way we'd have known it was the Animals. this little runt of a guy just looking like he looked like a pissed off skunk.
Right. Pissed off English skunk. Skunk.
Yeah.
You say skunk?
Skunk. Oh. Seriously, see you next week.
Zig Schmitty, 999. Off to the Stylock.
You know what I'm doing while you're talking? I'm typing Scott my list because he cannot read my list. So
I sent my 2 pictures.
I saw you.
There you go. Yeah. All right.
They're on our mutual feed.
So we're gonna go into top 10 this week in 1981.
Cool.
81.
81. Yeah. Number 10 this week in 1981, John Lennon, Watching the Wheels.
Good song.
Wow.
Right?
In 81. Okay, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
Number 9 this week in 1981, Styx, Too Much Time on My Hands.
Too much time.
That might have been around the last time I really listened to them. Then I kind of got a
Yeah.
they
Great video when they're sitting in the
losing.
bar. That was an awesome video.
Yeah,
That's one of their better songs, I think. I'm not a fan. I'm not a big fan.
Styx.
Up to Paradise Theater, I loved them.
Yeah. Number 8 this week in 1981, Roy Parker Jr. in Radio, A Woman Needs Love.
Ah.
Yeah. Oh, this is a whole different genre. This song belongs in. Whole different list. Number 7 this week in this might be a Yacht Rock song. This might be a Yacht Rock song. You be the judge. Number 7 this week in 1981, Grover Washington Jr., Just the Two of Us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yacht Rock?
Absolutely.
Yeah. There
definitely.
you go.
In fact, check this out. On this last Sunday's service at the Spiritual Center, we played an instrumental version of that.
Really?
Yeah.
You played a romantic song at church? How dare
we
you?
do a lot. We do a lot of stuff. We did "Feeling Good" by Nina Simone. All kinds of
Oh,
stuff.
cool.
Oh, yeah.
Ah. All right.
Hot stuff, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Funky, groovy.
Number 6 this week in 1981, Gino Vanelli, Living Inside Myself.
Good song.
I don't know if I know that one. I know his big hit.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
a big hit.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Number 5 this week in 1981, Yacht Rock? No. REO Speedwagon, Take It on the Run.
You know,
Very borderline.
That's kinda
that might
right.
be on the border. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe they need to start up in their game a little and
Yeah.
add some of these
I'm
80s.
gonna throw that in. I throw it in Yacht Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This song, this goes in, with just the two of us. But number 4 this week in 1981, A Taste of Honey, Sukiyaki. Yeah.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, you do. You'll write it down and listen to it. You've heard it. Yeah.
Sukiyaki.
Yeah. They get so it was originally done by a Japanese artist, and then they took it and they did it.
That's an old song. It's an old cover. Okay.
Yes.
I know what you're talking about.
And they did it in
They
English.
covered it. Holy
And
shit.
then Dougie Fresh does what's the name of the song? The Game or something. And he samples It's All Because of You.
Yeah. Yeah.
Him and Doug was it Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick. And Taste of Honey sued them. They're like, you gotta pay us for that.
The golden age when things were sampled and
Yeah.
paid
And
for
they were
it.
like, nah, you gotta pay us for that. And so now you might every once in a while hear it on the radio. I told the whole background story about this on one show, and Jack was like, "Oh, that was interesting." Like, you asshole. It actually is if you knew what you were listening to, but he was too busy listening to Miles Davis.
Hey,
Thinking he's cool, he's jazz cool.
That's
Scooby wow wow
Yeah,
wow.
skibbity wow wow, baby.
I'm gonna get my guitar.
I'm gonna be an asshole and just turn my back on the crowd and be cool like that.
No appreciation for a jazz fan.
Fuck Miles Davis.
Oh,
No, I'm only kidding.
you're really trying to get me, man. I'm not gonna fall for it. I'm
I
not.
know you didn't mean that. I know you didn't mean that.
Would "Don't Fear the Reaper" be a good summer song? No. Okay.
Fuck that, man.
Fuck
Actually, no. To me, "Don't Fear the Reaper" is.
Yeah.
Summer song?
Summer night,
Yeah.
and there's a vampire outside your window.
Well,
It
also-
reminds me of hearing it during summer. Obviously.
Also, you can go with Paradise by the Dashboard Light. That's definitely a summer song,
Yeah.
right? Number 3 this week in 1981, Stars on 45 with Medley.
Isn't it the Beatles thing? The Beatles medley.
I think it is. Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay.
Sookie Sookie now. Number 2 this week, 1981, Sookie Sookie now. Smokey Robinson, being with you, being with you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when
yeah.
Smokey sings,
That's right. That's
I
right.
hear violins.
That's it.
Yeah.
Was that ABC?
Yeah, great
ABC.
song. Yeah. Nothing can compare when Smokey sings. And number 1 this week in 1981, one of the greatest one-hit wonders. This could be listed in maybe top 10 or definitely top 20 one-hit wonders. She might have had another hit after this. I don't think so, though. Kim Carnes, Betty Davis Eyes.
Thank Jesus, man. She's gone. Betty Davis. She almost sounds like Bob Dylan on that song.
Yeah, smoked a pack of fucking Camels, non-filters, before she sang that one.
Do the take.
And that was a jam, though. Yeah. Back in 81, that was a jam. You heard that first riff come up, that keyboard come on, and then and you're like, oh, shit, turn it up.
Well, she knows you.
Yeah. That's right.
She's got Marty Feldman eyes.
That's right. Marty Feldman eyes. Damn right, bitch.
It's a cigarette smoking will do to you.
Yeah. All right. Time for This Day in Music. Music. On this day in 1961, now I haven't reviewed these, so I might look at some and just pass right on them. This day in 1961, Chuck Berry
61
opened Berry Park, an amusement complex near St. Louis.
Yeah.
The park had its own zoo, golf course, and Ferris wheel.
I just watched Hell Rock and Roll. He was showing it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
This is the year I was born. We're doing my birth year here.
Oh, yeah? 61?
61, yeah.
Okay, that was that year. And this year, on this day in 62, the Beatles, we don't care. On this day in 66.
Curious.
Well, I mean, they played the last night of a 7-week run at the Star Club in Hamburg, West Germany. Beatles, Germany, blah, 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 blah.
Obviously, somebody was just scrolling through the headlines.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now, on the fly. On this, I'm making my decision on the first 5 words of the paragraph, so we'll see how this goes. On this day in 1966, filming began on the Monkees' first TV series. The Monkees' first single. What was their first single?
I'm a Believer.
Nope.
Hey, we're the Monkees.
No. Last Train to Clarksville.
Okay.
Was released in August 1966.
Wow.
Just weeks prior to the TV broadcast debut. In conjunction with the first broadcast of the television show on September 12th, 1966, on the NBC television network, NBC and Columbia had major hit on their hands. Right? They knew it. Let me see. On this day in 1968, working on what will become the White Album, the Beatles added overdubs of bass and vocals to Revolution. After numerous overdubs have been added, the final 6 minutes of the song evolve into chaotic jamming, with Lennon repeatedly shouting, "All right," and Yoko Ono speaking random phrases. Gee, go figure that.
I don't know if I hear that on the final cut.
Yeah. The jam becomes the basis for Revolution 9, and this session is the first that Yoko attends. Fucking kiss of death. Yeah. But she ain't got nothing on that for that royal family girl with Prince Beta Male over there in England.
Oh, Meghan?
No, is that her? Yeah, Meghan Markle. Yeah.
Does she sing? Or
Prince Beta Male? No, but she just broke
up.
It's
not like a breakfast cereal.
She just broke up the Beatles. This bitch breaking up the whole royal family.
I hear she's not a great actress either.
She evidently does something great.
Oh,
we can be royals.
Lou, look, his arm is going overtime. He's hitting all the buttons there. Don't get a sports injury there, Scott. Yeah.
On this day, like you did earlier, flailing. He was flailing. On this day in 1976, The Who gave themselves a place in the Guinness Book of World Record. For what?
Loudest concert.
Right.
Yeah.
Loudest performance of a rock band at how many decibels?
150?
Nope.
No.
Lou?
230. I don't
know. No, all you had to say was one. It was 120 decibels.
That's sick.
When they played at Charlton Athletic Football Ground. No wonder Roger Daltrey can't hear anymore.
And that's a small soccer field, too.
Was there a time when Townsend played in a sound booth live?
Oh, when I saw them live, one of their farewell tours, they did 20 of them. Pete had clear plastic all around him.
Yeah.
So Simon
He
Phelps
had
was buying
baffles.
plastic because he had tinnitus. So it's like it was kind of like antiseptic rock,
Yeah.
And he played acoustic for like 3/4 of the show.
No, we all have tinnitus.
Yeah, I know. I do.
I do.
Yeah.
What? You say something?
Yeah, blah blah blah. Womp 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 womp. On this day in 1977, the BBC announced a ban on the new Sex Pistols single. What is it?
77.
Yep. They banned the new Sex Pistols single.
God Save the Fucking Queen.
Yeah. God Save the Queen, saying it's, quote, in gross bad taste. Not just bad taste, gross bad taste. And the IBA issued a warning to all radio stations saying the playing of the single would be a breach of Section 4(1)(a) of the Broadcasting Act.
Wow.
The single reached number 2 in the UK chart. Okay.
It worked.
Let's see. This is strange. On this day in 1980, the theme from MASH.
Sorry, I was sounded tinnitus on YouTube.
Yeah, well, I just had
That's great.
my ears just blew up. Thanks.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
Fuck me. What an asshole. That's right. Make fun of us people with fucking tinnitus.
Yeah, really,
Mr. I
come
work
on.
in a hospital. I care
got
about
it.
people. You don't give two fucks. The theme from MASH, Suicide is Painless by MASH. Did you know that was the name of the group that did it?
No.
That's what it says. The theme from MASH, Suicide is Painless by MASH, was at number 1 in the UK singles chart
I got it.
That
in
had to be a cover.
1980.
I thought that was a Loudon Wainwright song.
Me too. Well, he might
Well,
have
maybe a group named MASH
Covered it.
covered it in
All right, I'm
England.
fact checking.
Okay, that's Carol K, the Wrecking Crew on
So-
the theme.
10 years after it was first recorded, after being championed by BBC Radio DJ Noel Edmonds, Mike Altman, the son of the original film's director, Robert Altman, was 14 years old when he composed the song's lyrics.
Wow. Wow.
Ah,
Whoa. That's
ah,
heavy.
yeah.
Jesus.
On this day in 1980, Lips Inc. went to number 1 in the U.S. singles charts with...
Funky Town.
There you go. We all know that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The disco hit was also a number 1 in Germany, Austria, Switzerland, Norway, Australia, and the Netherlands.
Do you know why?
It reached
It's
number 2 in the UK. Why?
It's that walloping bass line.
You know what? Somebody's making a lot of money off that song.
It's a walloping bass.
Yep. Let's see. On this day in 1982, REM signed a 5-album deal with IRS Records, an independent label based in California.
Man,
They
had the perfect career.
On this day in 1982, the Rolling Stones played at the 100 Club on Oxford Street in London to a sold-out crowd of 400 people. Well,
I heard about it, right? Was that some kind of, like, the people thought they
must have
were
been
seeing
one of
somebody
those. Yeah, they did that in Rhode Island, too. They showed up in a bar.
Yeah.
Unannounced, and then it got out just through phone calls, and the place was fucking...
The Elma Combo in Toronto, too.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
On this day in 1986, Peter Gabriel scored his second solo UK number 1 album with So, featuring the singles Sledgehammer, and a duet with Kate Bush, Don't Give Up. That's a good song.
Good song.
Yeah, great
The
song.
song was inspired by the Depression-era photographs of Dorothea Lange, showing poverty-stricken Americans in Dust Bowl conditions. Liberals didn't care about them back then, did they?
Here we go. Just sample me saying that. What's going on?
Yeah, here we go again. On this day in 1989, I never got into this. David Bowie's Tin Machine made their live debut.
I
on
love that
International
album.
I never got into it.
It's tinny. It's tinny.
Yeah.
It's like
Like tinnitus? Is it like the tinnitus you just played?
There's just something about it. I loved it.
Yeah. Bowie stated that he and his band members joined up, quote, to make the kind of music that we enjoyed listening to and to rejuvenate himself artistically. Yeah.
Do you know who the other guys in Tin Machine were?
Reeves Gabrels, Soupy Sales' sons, right?
Hunt Sales.
Okay. Yeah.
I think
Let's
he played
see.
bass.
That's a fact that's obviously a lot more interesting than the fact that was just gleaned from the web, but we won't. We'll just pass over that.
I saw Soupy Sales at the Bottom Line when I worked there. He did a show.
Was he a
Actually,
nice guy?
his kid was there. Actually, I think he's got two sons. One of his sons, was the drummer and bass player were the
Sales Sons. Yeah, the Soupy Sales Sons did the.
It was Hunt Sales and probably Soupy Junior.
Oh Jesus,
Soupy the third.
Soupy with the toupee.
On this day in 1993, Sister Lovers, 18-wheeler, Boyfriend, and Oasis appeared at King Tut's in Glasgow, Scotland. Creation Records boss Alan McGee, who was in the audience, declared after seeing Oasis, quote, "I found the greatest rock and roll band since the Beatles." McGee had missed a train at nearby Queen Street Station and decided to head to Tut's to kill time before the next one. He signed Oasis to his Creation label. Yep. On this day in big news on this day in 1998, Jerry Halliwell announced she had quit the Spice Girls.
That was big. It made me cry.
This is because of differences between us. Gee, you think? Five girls?
They weren't using her songs.
Wow.
That's called the day
Mark,
of music.
the fact that you fucking know that either impresses me or really depresses me. The fact that you know that.
I was being sarcastic.
Hey, listen, you're contributing, buddy. That's a good contribution. See, that's something me and Lou didn't know. So
besides, I'm not getting loopy.
Good job, Mark.
The show, as your friend said, I'm fine.
Buzzed.
I'm perfectly fine.
The guy from New Jersey slowly gets buzzed as the show goes on. On this day in 2000, U.S. soul singer Johnny Taylor died of a heart attack in a Texas hospital shortly after his 62nd birthday. Taylor had been a member of the Highway QCs and the Five Echoes, and in 1957, Taylor replaced Sam Cooke in the Soul Stirrers.
No shit, wow.
Yeah, he scored the 1976 U.S. #1 song, Disco Lady. I remember that song.
Wow, move it in, move it out.
Johnny Taylor.
I think that song was the inspiration for John Lovitz's wedding singer character in The Wedding Singer.
Really?
Kind of like Magic Lady.
Yeah.
It's being creepy.
Let me see. On this day in 2003, UK police announced that thousands of people at this year's pop festivals would be subjected to a computerized drug test. Fans would be asked to provide swab samples from their hands, which would be inserted into a drug detection machine. None of this can't be legal.
What the hell?
It was to be a voluntary test. Yeah, okay. But anti-drug officers could search anybody refusing. What?
It's mandatory.
It's all up to you. But
that's worse than stop and search. That's like you. Get over there.
Yeah, wow.
And so what if my hands test positive for drugs? So fucking what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to a concert. I smoked some weed out in the parking lot. So what, asshole?
We cannot have you in this concert being stoned. We cannot.
That's right. Roger Daltrey's voice will be affected.
Yeah. Let's see.
You know what that reminds me of really quick, because I know we passed 2 hours. The Meadowlands Arena,
not surprised.
Rutherford, New Jersey, briefly went non-alcoholic after some riot. And of all the concerts we were going to see was Keith Richards. So we get down there. We said, we can't buy beer in the arena, so we brought beer in the car. They confiscated our beer. We weren't even allowed to get buzzed before the show.
Bastards.
Yeah.
All of them.
That lasted about 2 months.
What's happened to rock and roll?
Right.
No drinking in rock and roll.
On this day in 2004, U.S. guitarist Robert Quine. Quine was found dead of a heroin overdose in his New York City home. Worked with Richard Hell and the Voidoids.
Yeah.
Let me see. Lou Reed, Brian Eno, Lloyd Cole, Marianne Faithfull, Tom Waits, and They Might Be Giants.
It was a suicide by heroin overdose.
Yeah.
Wow.
What a way to go.
Yeah.
You don't feel it.
No.
I guess.
He was despondent, or he was despondent over the death of his wife. That's what happened. So.
Good background, Lou. Good background.
Thanks, man. Sad background, but
yeah. Let's see. On this day in 2006,
I bring things down really well.
On this day in 2006, 71-year-old songwriter Hal Bynum, whose credits include Kenny Rogers' Lucille, and his wife were arrested and charged with growing marijuana inside their Nashville home and possessing hallucinogenic mushrooms.
Ooh,
yeah, buddy. I like that motherfucker.
Yeah. Let's make some tea.
After receiving a tip, so in other words, someone ratted them out, police searched the couple's home and confiscated 256 marijuana plants, 7.5 pounds of harvested marijuana, 14 grams of hallucinogenic mushrooms, growing lamps, and other drug paraphernalia.
And they didn't catch Willie running out the back door.
Right. I like that couple. Shit. I wasn't into all the weed and hallucinogenics and mushrooms, but they were probably good to party with.
No, you think so? Yeah, they're fun people.
I'm telling you. Yeah. That's a fun couple.
Yeah.
Bynum and his wife were released on $73,500 bond each.
A lot of money back then.
Yeah. Let me see. Miley Cyrus, who cares? On this day in, let me see. Oh, wow. This is a really sad day. This is a bad day. 2016, a report from the Midwest Medical Examiner's Office in Minnesota said Prince died from an accidental overdose of the painkiller fentanyl. According to the autopsy report, Prince self-administered fentanyl, an opioid many times more powerful than heroin. Wow, that was 2016.
I heard there's video of him ODing in the elevator in his house, and like it was released. I don't even want to see that. I don't want to see that shit.
Yeah. Tom Petty died the same way. Fentanyl.
Yeah, that's right. That was 2016. Prince died.
Yeah, it was 2016.
Holy shit! Wow.
2 amazing musicians taken from us.
7 years he's been gone.
That was a bad time. That was Glenn Frey died that year.
Yeah, that was a bad time.
Didn't Bowie die too?
Yeah.
It was like one after another. It was like shit. Yeah.
Yep. That's right. So I watched that Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with the George Harrison, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, and Prince is up there, Tom Petty's up there. You're like, damn.
Yeah.
They're gone. Yeah.
Like, the fuck. Also, on this day, a sad day, finally on this day in 2019, Roky Erickson. Lou?
I've heard of him.
Roky Erickson was he was one of those, so he was a big influence for like the Brian Jonestown Massacre. And this is the shit I like, that kind of psychedelic sound, psychedelic rock, like the Black Angels. I like that shit, right? Roky Erickson was like he was like the godfather of that sound. If you've never listened to the Brian Jonestown Massacre, go listen to them. Right,
they're from Manchester, right?
Brian Jonestown Massacre. No, they're American.
Oh, I thought they were.
Antoine Newcomb is the lead singer. He's the main brain. If you want to see a fucking great rock documentary, it's called Dig, right? And this fucking crew went around. This documentarian and his crew followed the Dandy Warhols and the Brian Jonestown Massacre. This back in so it's got to be in the 90s. When they were both young bands. The Dandy Warhols are pretty big over in Europe. Like they're one of those American bands like Tito and Tarantula, fucking big over in England. But in the States, they just never really took off. So they made a fucking big career.
Yeah.
Just touring Europe and living over there, right? But Roky Erickson was he was like the godfather at psychedelic sound.
Is he American or English?
He's American.
Okay.
American. So American singer-songwriter Roky Erickson died at age 71. Erickson, co-founder of the 13th Floor Elevators in late 1965.
That's what, okay. Cool.
Yep. Who released their debut album, The Psychedelic Sounds of the 13th Floor Elevators, the following year. In 68, while performing at Hemisphere, Erickson began speaking gibberish. He was soon diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia and sent to a Houston psychiatric hospital.
Wasn't Billy Gibbons the guitarist in 13th Elevator? I think
13th Floor Elevators?
I think that was Billy Gibbons.
That was Ed, or him or Ed King?
Ed King was in Peppermint and Incense and
that's
another band. Yeah. I think that was Billy Gibbons was in that band.
Erickson released his eponymous debut as Roky Erickson and the Aliens in 1980. He recorded a steady stream of releases up to 2004. But watch that documentary, Dig.
Check
Yeah, Dig. It's really good. I mean, you see Anton Newcomb, again, the lead singer and the brains behind the Brian Jonestown Massacre. This dude, like, he could just write and record, and it's that sound. Like, he just, the guy's a genius who just was too smart, too crazy to ever kind of get big because he was out of control. Right. His fucking brain is always working. And they're another band that's big over in Europe. And that's it for this day of music. Born on this day.
Well, Billy Gibbons was not in that band, but
I didn't think so.
Yeah. He was in a band called Moving Sidewalks, and he was influenced by. Okay, sorry.
Let's see. Born on this day in 1938, Peter Yarrow.
Peter, Paul, Mary.
There you go. All right. Born on this day.
Was he the pedophile, or was that Paul?
Paul, I think was.
I think it's Paul. Yeah.
Yeah. On this day in 1947, born on this day, Junior Campbell. Nope. Well, let me see. Junior Campbell from the Scottish pop rock band Marmalade. They scored the 1969 UK #1 single with their version of the Beatles song Obla Di Obla Da.
Huh.
Yeah. Let's see. Born on this day in 1948, the great John Bonham.
Wow. Yeah.
Born on this day in 1948, Paulino da Costa, Brazilian percussionist.
Damn good.
Played with Michael Jackson on Michael Jackson's albums Off the Wall and Thriller. Let me see, including Saturday. He played on movie soundtracks, Saturday Night Fever, Dirty Dancing, Purple Rain. He also worked with Elton John, Diana Krall, Joni Mitchell, Ray Charles, Eric Clapton, Bob Dylan, Miles Davis, Whitney Houston, and others. Born on this day in 1948, English cellist Mike Edwards was a member of
ELO.
There you go. Boom.
Wow,
that was a lucky guess.
Yeah, because when you say cellist and rock,
you're too honest. Though. You could have just fucking rocked that one just then. You could have just could have rocked it, kept the rest of it, and just kind of like, I fucking know. So what?
I have a reputation now.
Well, that would have boosted it if you didn't open your mouth.
What if I got busted?
You didn't. You had the right answer.
Lou doesn't want to hurt his LinkedIn, credentials.
Oh.
I'm off LinkedIn.
Jesus, you'd make a horrible criminal. You're what?
I'm off LinkedIn.
God.
What?
I'm dating somebody actually.
Hey, buddy.
We didn't meet on LinkedIn either.
All right. We're not going to get into any personal details on this show, but
I was a strikeout king on LinkedIn. That's why I just got.
Yeah, because maybe you were aiming too high for those executive chicks.
Oh yeah, I overreached.
Overreach.
Totally overreaching.
Let's see. Yeah, Mike Edwards played with ELO from 72 and played with the band from their first live gig in Creighton until he departed in January 1975. Edwards, unfortunately, was killed in Devon on September 3rd, 2010, when a cylindrical hay bale weighing 1,300 pounds rolled down a hillside and collided with the van he was driving. What are the fucking odds of that one?
This is like a Monty Python skit.
What the fuck? He looks over and goes, what the fuck is that? Next thing he was mushed by a giant fucking ball of hay.
This was his face. This was his face.
Not just a bale of hay. It's fucking 1,300 pounds.
Jesus.
That's freaky. That's just freakish.
That's horrible.
God.
That is your fucking, your number was up. I mean,
yeah, that's right.
God, what's the song? I don't want to start any blasphemous rumors, but I think that God's got a sick sense of humor, as the song says.
I used to watch 6 Feet Under, and the beginning of every episode was some weird, wacky death. And that would be one of those deaths, like a lady had died from ice falling off a jet airplane.
Do you ever see that show, 10,000 Ways to Die or something like that?
That's McFarlane in the West.
Crazy ass shit.
So this one, it was a bale of hay that came off a truck, or
it said
it dislodged her.
He was killed in Devon on September 3rd, 2020 when a cylindrical hay bale, so it's really big,
big round
ones, weighing 1,300 pounds, rolled down a hillside and collided with the van. What are the fucking odds of that one? How does your timing have to be to get that?
It's perfect.
Actually,
you think of it, it's perfect timing. You think about it.
Well, yeah.
On the hay bale anyway. But,
for the hay, like.
Now, check it out. Where I live, you see these giant hills, and you see these hay bales. They're probably much smaller. I'd hope. Well, you see them all the time.
Don't be driving a van near those motherfuckers.
Well, hell, man. But it's like it was like it didn't roll off a truck on a highway. It rolled off a hill.
Yeah.
Oh,
like this is like the timing. Like this has to be meant to be.
Did he speed
It was
up?
predetermined when he was born. Probably. I don't know. It's just I mean, how do you avoid that?
That's the difference between fucking running a yellow light or sitting and letting it turn red.
Yeah.
I mean, like there's the difference right there.
We gotta think. Did he
Even more
see it? Did he try to outrun it? Did he not see it? Was he just driving and?
Or did he just look out the window and go, "Hey"?
Shit.
Like,
hey, come on, man.
Scott, kind of like your face when you had the thunderstorm and you opened up the door and looked out, and all we saw was just frozen.
Yeah,
you froze. You know,
it was crazy out there. Fucking rain was going east to west. Holy shit. Let's see. Where am I? That was Mike Edwards. Poor bastard.
Really, man.
Poor dirty bastard.
Poor son of a bitch. I mean, that's just terrible.
Let me see.
He was English.
Jim Valance. Oh, we don't want to know about him. Americans done this day in 1954. Born in this day in American. Paul Franklin, American steel guitarist. Paul Franklin began his career in the 1970s, a member of Barbara Mandel's Road Band, and has since become a prolific session musician in Nashville, Tennessee, playing on more than 500 albums, including albums by Sting, Peter Frampton, George Strait, the late Alan Jackson, Faith Hill, Shania Twain, Barbara Streisand, Reba McEntire, Patti Loveless. Jesus.
And I've never heard of him.
He likes it that way, evidently. Let me see. Born on this day in 1956, Fritz Hilbert. Zig Schmitty. Do you know who Fritz Hilbert is? Do you know?
I know nothing.
Answer the question, old man. Answer the question. Zig Schmitty, Fritz Hilbert, from the German electronic music and pop band Kraftwerk. The Kraftwerk.
Fucking you.
Yeah. Who had the 1982 UK #1 single, Computer Love the Model. Born on this day in 1962, he wears his sunglasses at night. Corey Hart.
Wow. Yeah. 62.
I tried that once. I almost had an accident. I was driving young. I said, let me try my sunglasses. Like, I can't see shit.
Yeah. Only Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles get away with that look.
Unless they're prescription.
Yeah. Well, still.
Yeah.
Told you my wife met Corey Hart on trick or treat one night in Boca. She was bringing the kids up, and there he is sitting in the driveway. And she recognized. She goes, "Are you?" And he goes, "Yep."
That's funny. Wow.
Yeah. And she just started talking. She goes, "Oh, you live in Boca?" He goes, "Yeah, you know." Then he turned into the old Jewish guy. He's like, "Yeah, I hurt my back. Right, I got back problems and da-da-da." Right, he did.
He's a Costanza.
And then he tells her like, I own property in like I think it's like Bermuda or something.
Wow,
fucking Jamaica. He did all right with his money. He invested it wisely.
Yes, after the hit dried up.
Well, he had sunglasses at night. He had what's that? Another hit by him.
Yeah, I remember in Caldor. Remember Caldor's? There was a Best of Corey Haim CD. Corey Hart CD.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Which two hits. Yeah.
Let me see. All right, born on this day in 1964, the great Darryl McDaniels. Who's Darryl McDaniels?
He's so great, I never heard of him.
But you did.
Okay, I'm sure.
Run DMC.
School.
There you go, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Stop right there, Lou. Do not be honest if that was...
I knew it. No, I knew that one.
There you go. MC Darryl DMC McDaniels. Yep. Born on this day in 1965, Steve White. English drummer who has worked extensively with Paul Weller and the Style Council. In 2005, he took over drumming duties for The Who at Live 8.
We talked about him on Music Relish. Remember,
That's
he was
right.
on Wildwood. Great
There
drummer.
you go.
One of my favorite drummers ever.
Great drummer.
Yeah.
Great drummer.
And that's it. Some other guy, Andrew John Hurley, who's from Fall Out Boy, but who cares about them? The show is over.
Good show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thanks again for having us on.
Always a pleasure. Like I always say, you guys are in it now. You got the gig.
We're in the mix.
You got the
Lose the professor, to quote Neil Peart. He's the professor. He knows it all.
And you got my disco lights.
Here you go, buddy. You guys changed your background and everything. You're getting there. You're getting there.
More summer. This is summer night.
And just when you guys, like midsummer, you're going to be hitting your stride with your backgrounds and everything, I'm going to have a life-size Iron Man and Spider-Man behind you.
Awesome. Very cool.
Lit up and everything.
I was impressed by the Hulk, man. I got to tell you.
Right?
Super impressed. Yeah.
That thing's a badass, and I got the greatest wife in the world.
You are. I'm envious. Yeah.
It's right there in the living room. It's right there. She doesn't. I tell people when we were buying this house, she said when we were looking, she goes, it needs to have ceilings high enough for the Hulk.
Dr. Veer.
Dr. Veer, she is a good girl. That's a good girl. You know, I get these, why did if that was my house? Well, that's why I didn't fucking marry you.
Right, exactly.
That's why I didn't marry an American girl.
She's an American girl.
Smitty knows, right? He didn't marry no American girl. Yeah.
Too much fucking baggage.
Pains in the ass. Yap, yap, yap. That's all he does. Yap, yap, yap.
It's all about me.
I love all my American girl friends. Right? So just kidding. Don't get all bent out of shape.
Of course.
There's a few good ones out there.
There's still out there. There's still out there.
The problem is
it's few and far between, but hey,
when you live in the New York City area, it's kind of,
All right, well, thanks, Jig Smitty, for making an appearance tonight. Fucking Perry gave you that name, not me. Perry gave you that name.
I got to shave. This fucking sucks. I don't grow hair over here. It's true.
The lead single from Rage Against the Cafe, "Springtime for Schmitty."
Oh, Jesus.
And that's going to be our new wine, Lou. Springtime for Schmitty.
Springtime wine.
Springtime wine.
Kangaroo with a swastika on his ass.
Oh, God. No.
I'm just saying.
I'm never growing. I can't grow a beard. I tried to be that salt and pepper aging guy. Forget it. I'm not doing it.
Like me?
Hey, you do it right. I can't do it. Maybe because you're wearing a white shirt and I'm wearing a black shirt.
Yeah, because it's fucking Memorial summertime, you heathens up in New York and New Jersey.
Really?
Fucking Asheville. Gotta wear white.
Yeah.
I'll be back to my black t-shirts next week. So, all right, gentlemen. Like I always say, thank you for your time. Thank you for your knowledge. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you for your friendships. This has been a great addition to the show. Every episode I look forward to. I did with Jack too. I'm not saying, but it's always fun with you guys.
Can't wait to watch the show with you and Jack again. I hope it's coming.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean, it's you guys. I mean, you're in. Whether Jack likes it or not, you're in. It is my podcast. I have been in all 104 episodes. So
you did have me sign this contract in blood.
It's kind of mine, right?
You don't have an understudy.
Yeah. No understudies. No understudies.
Lou, we're just fleas. Remember that.
Don't still do. Lou's not a flea in your
not
circus. Zig Smitty.
Yeah. I will not sing Springtime for Schmitty.
Again, Lou. I mean, Perry gave you that name, so
yeah,
it's gonna stick. It's here forever.
That's right.
Tom Spallone gets a hold of that one.
Zig Schmidt.
All right. Well, everybody, I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you like this, share it. Tell a friend. If you don't like it, thanks for listening this long. I appreciate that. 2 hours and 24 minutes, as usual. You are the engine that runs the machine. Without you, it would just be me talking to these two guys. But look at Smitty, looking like Robert Blake in Lost Highway.
I'm
light under his face.
I'm Peter Gabriel. Stop it.
No, okay, if that's what you want to say.
Okay, Mark.
And doing this show for you, to quote my favorite artist, Morrissey, the pleasure, the privilege is mine. We'll be back next Wednesday night, God willing. And everybody have a good week. Happy summer. Happy beginning of summer.
Yeah.
And that's it. Say good.